Well, hello everyone, and welcome to a Sunday Playtest Fun Day. We are all here to play the inaugural game of Survive, which is kind of like some of the other games that you may have seen on this channel, like Fairy Tale Noir and The Entity, to name a few. It is a custom game written for this channel so that we can tell stories that are kind of like 90s horror movies with lots of like tropes and subverting the tropes and all that kind of stuff. So it's like Friday the 13th, Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, video games like Until Dawn. So these four lovely players have volunteered as tribute. So I'm going to ask y'all to introduce yourselves, and then we'll finish up characters and relationships, and we'll set the stage for what is almost certain to be your untimely demise. Hey, Meg, we haven't seen you around, so why don't we start with you?
Hi, I know it's been a while. I am Megan Amel. I am a streamer, variety streamer, and I haven't done a TTRPG in a really long time, so everyone's just gonna have to like bear with me, okay? But today I'm playing the role of TJ, which stands for Teresa Jane. But I'm a burnout, so I smoke a lot of weed, and I've always got party favors and stuff. I'm that guy. So yeah.
Cool. Misha.
All right, I'm Misha, or Misha _ less than 3 here on Twitch. I don't really stream, but you'll see me here at Juice's stream hanging out. I'm playing Hazel. She is a goody two shoes, probably the only one here who's very serious about, I assume, our camp counselor positions that we're all applied for. I also have a secret truth of being responsible, and I can do such things as be the audience favorite and try not to die because I'm so serious, and resist temptations, and overact but in a funny fashion, which doesn't fit the vibe of the movie. Go ahead, Sin.
Hi, I'm Sin, or Sinful _ potato on Twitch and a lot of other social media sites and whatnot. I stream on Twitch. That will be coming more often, because recently isn't the word, but more reoccurring. That sounds like a better word. I'll be streaming more, is what I'm trying to say. So that's fun. So many fun things. But I'm playing JD, who is the bad news, like the lone wolf kind of guy, standoffish, rides a motorbike, has a leather jacket, all those fun things. But then, being fun and stuff like that, got the innocent truth. So pure. So pure, but yet so bad. Tough.
Hi, I'm 98 Tough Love, Tough Torf Torfleton, some other variety of nickname. I am a variety streamer on Twitch. Sometimes, usually I'm here playing TTRPGs though, or hanging out with Juice over on his channel. I am playing Karma, the weirdo. I just don't even want to be here, and this is like totally boring, but I got these like weird visions that I needed to come around and like protect somebody, or bad things were gonna happen, so here I am. Yay. And yeah, I get spooky stuff, which should be fun.
Yes. And I just updated the thing so people know what we're playing. I've only done this a couple of times, so forgive me as I forget the basics. Cool. So yes, as I said, this is a not entirely freshly written. I think I wrote it about a month or two ago, but this is the first time anyone has ever played this particular game. It is designed to tell a variety of stories in the 80s horror trope kind of world. It is designed for people to struggle to attempt to survive and fail, the most likely outcome is supposed to be everyone dies, except the killer. So every game of Survive has a killer. The type of killer varies by the type of story we're trying to tell, but the killer cannot be killed. There are no hit points. There are no weapons. There's no attacking. There is simply trying to avoid the killer's notice and trying to escape when the killer latches on to you. So yeah, and the killer always comes back. Even if they appear to have been defeated, they come back in the sequel, or 20 years later, someone reboots the franchise and then the killer comes back. So there is no conquering the killer. There is simply surviving until dawn, or until rescue can come. So every single character has 2 pieces. If you are familiar with Fairy Tale Noir, our game, or if you're familiar with Alas for the Awful Sea, it's similar in that you have a horror movie trope. So this is your kind of outward trappings of character, your social status. Your trope defines a series of moves that you have in addition to the basic moves, like any Powered by the Apocalypse game. And then each character has a truth, their inner motivation, which gives them some additional spotlight moves and also helps to define the arc of their character and their final montage, whether they live or die. And then it's kind of like a mix and match exercise of combining either a trope and a truth that seem to go well together, or a trope and a truth that are in conflict. Either way, it creates interesting tension. For those that are familiar with Powered by the Apocalypse, everything here should be pretty similar. There is one additional mechanic that is a little bit different, and that's snags and edges. That is just kind of a advantage-disadvantage mechanism. So if you have edge on a roll, you roll 3d6 and drop the lowest. And if you have snag on a roll, you only roll 1 die. But like every Powered by the Apocalypse system, if you roll 6 or below, it's a failure. If you roll 7 to 9, it's pretty good success. 10, 12, really awesome success. And then there's some extra special rolls if you get like double 1s or a really, really low total score, or double 6s or a really, really high total score. Some stuff happens. The spotlight shifts to you for good or ill, and the narrative changes significantly. Other than that, we'll see how it plays out. So the game we are playing today is Slash from the Past. The inspiration is very much Friday the 13th. Or I guess kind of Halloween. Only the setting is, of course, a camp. Camp Adawana. So as far as these 4 characters, and they have some friends, so I should also explain, there's several types of characters in this game. There's the main cast, and the main cast is our player characters. They have tropes and truths. They have survivor points that they have to keep up, because if they hit 0 survivor points and they run into the killer just kills them. They have sanity points that they have to keep up, because if they run out of sanity points, they go crazy and run off in the woods by themselves or do something else foolish that probably results in them being killed, because they can't spend survivor points when they're crazy. And then there's also a supporting cast. Supporting casts are very similar. They just don't have survivor points or sanity points. They are kind of like secondary characters that maybe become main characters if everyone dies and we still have some survivors left. And then there's like walk-on characters that are really just kind of there for a second, and no one plays those. But these 4 plus their friends have taken a summer job at Camp Adawana. It is a new camp, as far as they know. And they have been hired and paid a pretty penny to arrive several days early before the campers, to familiarize themselves with the area, to make friends and connect, and to clean things up, make sure supplies are ready, etc. I will say that Hazel, as being the most obviously responsible of all of the camp counselors, was given the big key to the giant padlock that sits on the surprisingly rusty wrought iron gates that block off the long driveway to the set of cabins. I think we are probably in I'm going to say we're in TJ's kind of day glow painted VW bus. It seems appropriate. And I will say you all know each other. You're all of a similar age. Probably the easiest is that you all go to the same high school. There were probably flyers put up towards the end of the last school year that some responsible counselors were required. And for various reasons, you'd all decided that you needed money, either to save up to get out of town or to replenish your stash of ill-gotten pharmaceuticals, or to repair your motorcycle, or to be an extracurricular that you put on your college applications, whatever your motivation is. So before we dive in, as the camera sees the Dayglow VW bus kind of come to a crunching halt on the gravel, as we see Hazel get out to struggle to unlock the rusty gates, everyone else probably steps out and takes a moment to air themselves out. Why don't we go and figure out how you guys are connected? So there is a checklist of how this works that someone hopefully has up.
It's near the bottom of our player rules.
Yes.
So first we go around and introduce your character with their trope and truth, and then describe their physical appearance.
Yes.
So that way you know everyone's vibes.
Perfect. Let's start with you, Mish.
Cool. Well, this is Hazel, who is the goody two shoes and responsible truth. I say that she looks like, I'd say like any other teenager in the 80s. So she probably has incredibly poofy hair, with a lot of hairspray, as you do. It looks generally like the fashion, but it's like wearing like nicer clothes than you think someone being a camp counselor should be wearing. Like they're nicer jeans and a button-down shirt. And it's sort of like, but you're going to be hanging out in a camp, isn't it going to get dirty? And it's like, good impressions are important. And probably some chunky shoes, or maybe heels, which is the most impractical thing, which really explains why she is not swift.
Yes.
We can't lose these.
Heels
fancy.
with the bows on the back.
Yes,
Of course.
those little bows on the back. I think
patent leather heels with bows on the back.
Yeah, and her color palette is pastel.
Perfect. And since you selected the responsible truth, to what or whom are you responsible?
I am responsible for my younger brother, who is home alone this summer for reasons, and I need this money from the job in order to make sure that he is all right.
Excellent. Cool. Sin, how about you? Name, trope, truth, description, and how you carry yourself.
So I'm JD. The trope is bad news, and the truth is innocent. So JD is like kind of your average bad boy looking character with the slick back, black greased hair, black leather jacket, black jeans, and like black motorbike shoes, because there are special shoes for riding bikes versus other things. I know that much about bike stuff. Wears sunglasses even inside, because antisocial, anti-smarts, all those fun things. Would probably be standing not like further away from the others. It's like antisocial, gross. There's people there who didn't sign up for this.
Did you bring
type
your
deal.
motorcycle, or did you ride in the VW with everyone else? Or is your motorcycle broken and that's why you need the money?
Yeah, I'd say the motorbike is broken, needs a new motor.
Cool.
Gotta save up for that because motors are really expensive. You know, it costs like $4,000 for a new one. It's a lot of money.
That is one fancy motorcycle in 1985.
Yeah, right. It's 1985.
Cool.
Look, I'm not smart. It's cool.
Someone told you that they needed $4,000 and you're like, sure, whatever.
Yeah.
Awesome.
See, I'm innocent.
That's true. Yes. So that's an interesting choice because you have selected outwardly, obviously very worldly, but internally your motivation is that you have a code of morals, and your core arc is about whether you use those morals to survive or whether you have to compromise those morals to survive. So very interesting. Hey, Karma.
All right. Hello. I'm Karma. I am the weirdo who is a guardian. Karma is very much the gothic appearance, so dark clothes, dark eyeliner, way too much eyeshadow, black lipstick, and then just the nice, like, she actually managed to get it dark purple, but her parents don't let her go too crazy, but she has totally ratted it up for the summer. So yeah, choker, very tall, chunky platform boots, the whole 9 yards. She's looks very unapproachable.
Excellent. And TJ.
TJ is basically wears like a lot of flannels. TJ's the burnout. TJ's truth is actually guilty. Because TJ, before they left for the camp or whatever, TJ was gonna get caught with some drugs, and TJ planted them in Hazel's stuff because TJ was thinking, well, you know, I'm on my last straw. If I get in trouble one more time, like I'm in big trouble. But Hazel's never been in trouble for anything, and Hazel's like totally fine. Like, and even if she got in trouble for it, like they'd be fine with it. She's a little princess, like everybody loves her. So to save myself, I like stashed them somewhere in her stuff or something, so that if anyone got caught, it wouldn't be me.
And we'll say you stashed it in her locker at school with the intent of taking it out, but you didn't get a chance to.
Yeah,
and
like
so
going back and getting it, but it just didn't work out.
At some point, the custodian is going to come and clean out all the lockers, and they're going to find it.
And they're going to find it.
So there's this kind of looming, something needs to happen, or else she's going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, and so I basically just wear a bunch of flannels. I got some Doc Martens and some kind of like baggy jeans. Really just kind of a chill, like, you know, I like go under the radar most of the time. I try to like stay out of trouble, but like I kind of get in trouble sometimes because I'm a burnout. But yeah, that's me.
Do you have a pager?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Cool. No one wonders about that. No. Cool. Awesome. So we're doing a little bit more of the setup, by the way, on stream, just so you guys can get a sense of how the stuff is built. All right. Let's start this time with TJ. Choose another player and tell them why they are most connected to you, or why you feel most connected to them.
I feel most connected to I would probably say JD.
Okay.
Because we both have initial names, and also like they're bad news and I get in trouble too, so we kind of like have that understanding of each other, like not kind of fitting in mainstream and kind of doing our own thing. Like we don't do the same thing, but we both do like our own thing and our own thing. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So we kind of like, we have some things in common in that respect. So
Fellow outcasts. So,
yeah.
JD, you're going to take edge on moves targeting TJ. So note that in your edges and snags section. Cool. Karma. Who is someone that you feel most connected to and why?
I think I am most connected to TJ. I think TJ kind of helped me enter some social circles that I wouldn't have otherwise been able to get into. So yeah, that's
Cool.
mine.
Cool. And you can obviously object if something weird comes up, but everyone here knows each other, so no one's going to try to be too bizarre. So that means TJ, you take edge on moves targeting karma. That includes, by the way, like social moves, but also any move. So protecting any move that requires a roll, you get an edge on. Cool. JD, to whom do you feel most connected and why?
I was gonna say Hazel, 'cause, like, she's super innocent and goody two shoes, and I'm secretly very innocent and good, but like also don't want anybody to know that. But like, yeah,
Okay.
we're innocent vibes.
Cool. So Hazel has edge on all moves targeting JD. All right, and Hazel.
Hazel is most connected to TJ because TJ, they were, or maybe still are, neighbors. So they've known each other since they were pretty little. And obviously, they haven't really talked much in high school because I don't know what TJ is doing with her life, but it'll be fine, I'm sure. But, there's like that familial, like, we used to hang out a lot when we were younger, like really little, that kind of thing.
Cool.
I'm sure we won't feel extra betrayed.
So
I know, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Perfect.
God bless it.
Perfect. All right. And I hope you guys are keeping track of these because I'm not. All right. Hey, Karma, who do you feel least connected to and why?
I think I'm least connected to JD. I think he just gives me those kind of like ick vibes, and so I've just never really been a big fan of that whole like bad boy stereotype, despite my own appearances.
All right, JD, you have snag on moves targeting karma. And JD, to whom are you least connected?
Here's the funny thing. I was also gonna say karma
Okay.
for basically the same reason. Like, they're weird. Nope. And I'm just gonna stay over here on the other side.
Cool. So you both have snags on moves targeting each other. Hazel.
Hey, so also least connected to Karma, she scares me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you just look really scary.
All right. More snags. And TJ.
I mean, that's hard though to say who I'm least connected to, because I feel like at this point it has to be karma, but that doesn't really make sense. You know what I mean?
But it's funny though, because Karma's the one who's here
Karma
because
has
she got
snags
visions to
on
warm us
everyone.
all.
And if you can make it so snags and edges mechanically cancel.
Oh,
So if you can make a narrative, for example, you feel close to JD, but in theory, you could also say, so JD is the closest to me, but also least connected because we have like a surface level connection.
Yeah, you're right. I'm probably not very connected to JD.
You could totally do it that
I
way.
look at him from afar like, oh, he's kind of like me, but different. But we're like not friends.
Yeah,
like
so
that.
you probably have spent more time hanging out with JD in like a social circle than anyone
Right.
else, but at the same time, due to the nature of the relationship, there could be a significant distance there, which just causes things to potentially cancel out. Totally viable.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Then I'm going to say, even though I respect him I don't know him
Yeah.
like that. I
Cool.
don't know him like that, you know?
Cool. So that's a snag on
Snag for
moves.
me, yeah.
That's a snag on moves. Well, no, it's a snag for
Oh, a
JD.
snag for him.
Yeah.
Right,
So it's
right,
an edge
right.
and a snag for JD. And these may wind up like you'll want to just like cancel them all out until you get the net once we go around. So cool. JD, because I think we did all of them. Yeah. JD we'll do clockwise. So Hazel, tell JD about a time when JD did something that you admired.
One time, this was shortly after JD got their motorcycle, and they used it to give one of our classmates a ride home when they were stuck at school for like an after school project situation, and like they would have to go pretty far, and would have to go pretty far out of their way to go drop this person off. And I was like, that's really nice. I wouldn't have expected it. He looks really scary.
You
Are
muted.
you muted?
Excellent. So that means, JD, that you have impressed Hazel and therefore have edge on moves targeting Hazel. Now, TJ, tell Hazel about something that Hazel did that impressed you.
Hazel's always been really impressive because we grew up together and she always had like a lot of motivation to like be successful. And I never really understood that because I didn't really have, I don't know, I don't have like any intrinsic motivation. So it was always really impressive. And I remember one time she said she was going to grow on her, I think it was her ACT or something, by like 6 points. And I was like, what? It was already so high. I don't even think that's possible. And she went and she did it. So, I mean, she's just a very impressive, you know, if she wants to accomplish something, she will. And she has a lot of motivation. And I kind of envy that and respect that because I don't have that.
Excellent. So that gives Hazel edge. And Karma, tell TJ about a time that TJ did something that impressed you.
I think maybe we met at like a party. Karma was maybe new in town, didn't really know people, kind of just wallflowering. Somebody was starting to be a jerk, and then TJ came over and just totally was like chill and was like, hey, you should come hit up this doobie with me. And Karma was like, sure, whatever gets me out of here. So she's very, very grateful for TJ for that.
Awesome. Well, that tick that edge box on all moves targeting Karma there, TJ. And finally, JD.
Yeah, so
Go ahead.
even though Karma gives me the icks, I admire her because there was that one time like she knew this thing, and it's like, how did you know that? And it was strange, but it was cool, you know. But like also, it's like super smart in that way. So I admire her for her smarts.
Awesome. Cool. There's a little bit of edge for Karma. All right, we are rounding the corner. So Hazel, I'm going to skip round 5 because we're good. No, we're fine. We're fine. So Hazel, what has JD done that you found questionable or sketchy or problematic?
Obviously racing with said motorcycle.
Okay.
Like, definitely have gone when I'm walking home, seeing all of the bad boys hanging out, racing their vehicles. This is probably how JD ruined the motorcycle, is my guess. Is probably crashing out in one of these races or whatever.
All right.
Anyway, questionable behavior.
And TJ, what have you caught Hazel doing? The goody two shoes that you find questionable.
Does it have to be questionable? I don't feel like she does anything questionable.
It's questionable to you. It doesn't have to be questionable by any. Like it
I
could
see what you're
be
saying.
she was your
Okay.
good friend and now she ignores you, which doesn't mean it's a moral
Right.
failing. It could be something
I
you
would
don't
say
like.
it would be like more like I don't know, maybe I'm just like she's always been frustrating because she always she's a people pleaser, and I feel like she needs to stop being a people pleaser. And also I'd like maybe there's some bit of like jealousy too, like because she's so worried about pleasing people, like teachers and in like all these like business people and like whatever, but why didn't she want to like please me? Like why am I not as important as these like fancy people?
Awesome.
So yeah.
And Karma, what have you seen TJ do?
I think if you're cool with it, Meg, Karma might have seen you stash that stuff in Hazel's locker and doesn't think that that's very cool.
Yeah, can that is someone allowed to know that I'm guilty?
Sure, as long as you agree.
Because I think I have a move where I can tell someone. But even if you already knew, I could tell you.
Yeah.
Probably.
I think you might not know that I know, but
Yeah.
I saw you do it. Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that. That works.
Perfect. All right, so make sure that you pay attention to that. And JD, what have you seen that makes that you think? What have you seen Karma do that's sketch?
So basically the whole scene thing is sketchy. Like one time she picked up an apple, looked at it, then put it back and grabbed a banana. And then the next person who touched that same apple, it had a worm in it. I don't know how that happened, but you know that. I'm sketchy.
Perfect. Awesome. So, TJ, select another character, any character, and ask them to tell you something that only you know about them.
I feel like it would make sense for me to ask this of Hazel.
Yeah.
Because we've known each other forever.
So
Yes.
What's one thing I know about you?
only
that I know.
TJ knows about you.
I know about you. Huh. Let me think on that.
Yeah, and specifically, this is something that only TJ knows about you.
Oh, only knows. Wait, it goes like that. So
And then
only
the next one is the
TJ
way around. Yeah. So this is the ask someone. I think that's right. Yeah. What's something that the whole point is that there's lots of secrets that people know. So
Yeah.
TJ knows
So
something
what's
about you that only TJ knows. So what is that thing?
Okay. Should I tell TJ secretly?
You can message TJ if you like.
Perfect. I will do that.
Cool. Karma, pick someone.
I think JD.
All right. So, JD, what is something that only Karma knows about you?
That like over the weekends I help out at like these old folk homes, whatnot. It seems very innocent and pure type deal, just for fun.
So kind of knows the secret that you're innocent.
Yeah.
And these secrets, by the way, enable you to call these and the next round of secrets are enable you to call spotlight scenes. And there may be, depending upon how those play out, there may be awards for calling those. You don't have to call them, but you may at any time call them. All right. Well, JD, pick someone.
TJ.
All right. TJ, what is something that only JD knows about you? Mac.
Oh, wait. Sorry. I was reading a secret. Okay. I'm sorry. Wait, what now?
TJ, what is something only JD knows about you?
JD knows that I secretly DJ at this club under a fake name and age because he was in the club once and saw me, and I was like, don't ever tell anybody that.
Cool.
But that's how yeah, and it's also like it helps me obviously sell my, run my business.
All right. Now, we'll stick with you, TJ. Pick someone, and you can tell everyone, or just send them a message about something only that character knows about you. So this is another secret. In theory, it could be the same secret. It's fine, as long as it's not the same secret for the same person. So
wait, one more time. I have to do that again, basically.
Except this time, you're telling someone what only their character knows about you, as opposed to them telling you a secret about yourself. This is you saying, this is something.
I think I did it the wrong way.
It's fine. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
So am I picking someone?
Yeah, this time you pick someone, and this is something that only that one other character knows about you.
Only Hazel knows that I too actually have severe social anxiety. I just mask it really well, and I obviously self-medicate.
Yeah. Like maybe something happened in childhood that Hazel knows about. That is the root of your anxiety and your need to self-medicate. You don't have to define what it is. Karma. Who knows the big secret about you?
I think also Hazel knows. Hazel caught Karma in the bathroom one time, really upset, and knows now that Karma gets very distressing visions and believes herself to be delusional.
Ooh. JD.
Can I also confide in Hazel?
Yeah. Give Hazel all them secrets.
So I think Hazel's the only one that has seen JD casually walking out of the girls' bathroom one day at school.
Okay.
Maybe after hours.
All right. That's a big one. And Hazel.
Karma knows that I sell a variety of things secondhand at like the flea market.
Interesting.
On the weekends.
Interesting. So everyone should now have not just a better idea of how your characters are connected and the things you might know about each other and how you might feel about each other, but also your characters are more fleshed out. So as part of this conversation, you've had an opportunity to define some more things about your character, and others have had a chance to inform your character as well. So you should all feel better about, and you should now be able to kind of figure out based on the balance or the net balance of, I was going to call them boons and banes, on the net balance of edge and snag, who you're going to have effectively advantage on moves against and who you're going to have disadvantage on moves targeting. So there is no actual PvP except for one move, that is the betrayal move. and that is a move that you may only take if it's necessary for you to survive, and you don't have to take it. It's effectively a way of stealing survivor points. There are truths that are a little bit more PvPe, and you can hinder other people's actions. That assist or hinder move is available, but unless you have the irrelevant truth, the assumption is that although you may have conflicts, you may wish to confront each other, that you're not actively working against each other except in a purely social way. Like the goal is not to try to kill each other because that's someone else's job. So the camera has seen a series of furtive glances and, awkward silences between the characters. And we've seen a few flashbacks to some scenes to kind of establish these kids went to high school together. There's a little bit of drama. There's some deeper personal history in a few cases. There's an abundance of secrets. So the audience is getting the sense that in the few days that these characters are isolated at this camp, there's a powder keg of interpersonal drama that might bubble to the surface. At last, Hazel, you are able to work this big key and pull off the rusty chain to the new camp, hint hint, and push it as the gate squeaks and squeals. I think I would like a move at this point, and I think the move should be resist fear.
Whoa.
Deny
Move.
fear, sorry. Deny fear.
And this, an RPG?
And I want everyone to give me a deny fear.
And then, so if that's my snag, I roll one less dice.
Yeah, you roll one die.
Okay.
And if you roll a 1, it's as if you roll double ones. Yeah, basically it's the same kind of table. There's a little table in there that tells you what your results are, but it counts as if you roll doubles of whatever you roll. So we'll start with Karma. What'd you get there, Karma?
I got a 5.
So just a fail.
Yep.
Lose a sanity point. And you're going to if you take any other actions in this scene, you'll have snag on them. But that's just for this scene. What did JD get?
So it's a serious, so yeah. That's also a 5.
Oh, no. Lose a sanity point.
Okay.
And you'll take snag on any actions in this scene. Unless or until you can successfully deny fear. How did Hazel do?
I have a +3 on serious, so I got a 7.
That is not great. Well, the good news is
Not great.
you act normally and take snag on your next action.
Yeah.
And TJ.
I'm just chilling. So, like, as long as I have a stash point, I can deny fear at the start of every scene in which you appear, ignoring the consequences of a miss. Do I have to use a stash point to do that, or do I just get to do that because I have stash points?
You have to use a stash point. Basically, it's like you show up to a scene loaded. But if you would like to do that.
Well, I only have 3 stash points, though,
I know.
right? Oh, so what am I rolling then? What is it? Is it? You said it's serious?
Yeah, roll
Yes,
plus serious.
serious.
Oh my god, I'm in trouble then. Okay. I got a 5.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I got a 7, but then I'm -2 on serious.
Okay. This is working perfectly. So you also lose a sanity point. And we decided in
Cool.
advance that we're going to be nice and do the like default where the number of sanity and survivor points is equal to the number of players. So we got 4. So now most of you have 3 sanity points left, which is great. As a reminder, when you hit 0, you do something foolish and reckless, which exposes you to mortal danger potentially. You effectively become part of supporting cast, and I get to control you entirely until whatever that scene is over. And if you live, you regain a sanity point. So yay. So the reason for this is that as you're all kind of encouraging Hazel, and kind of almost like you all kind of gather up around the lock and start making suggestions, and like, well, maybe we could get a crowbar and try to pry it open. In that conversation, you hadn't noticed as the old man had appeared on the road behind you. He's wearing a dirty straw hat with big like sweat stain on it. He's carrying a stick, and he has a very hungry looking dog, quite large, on a chain. And what startles all of you, some of you quite badly, actually most of you quite badly, is the dog begins to bark viciously and lunges on the chain. Quiet now, Cletus. It ain't time for dinner yet. You whirl around to see this man. What are y'all doing heading off to the old camp? That ain't a fit place for folks like you.
Oh, sorry, you startled us. That's a nice dog you have. No, we're going to the new camp. We're the camp counselors for the summer.
There ain't no new camp. Just the old one.
Well, of course. Well, I mean, it did seem like a kind of rusty lock, but no, we have, and I'm going to dig around. I probably have a purse. This seems like a purse kind of character. And pull out the letter that I have, like in the envelope still from the congratulations. Like, here's the date you were supposed to meet for camp, because I've forgotten the name of it.
Ottawana.
Yeah, here it is for Camp Ottawana. See, right here, new camp this season. We're the counselors. They gave me the key. We're supposed to, make sure it's all fit and ready for the kids.
So they're sending kids back up there again.
You keep saying again, but the camp is definitely new. It says new right here. State-of-the-art facilities, it said.
Well, I'm sure your little piece of paper is right, and my old memory is wrong.
I nod in agreement.
It does seem like he might know something.
Are we all there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just assumed the rest of you were extra scared by the dog, so.
Hey, man, like, kind of dog is that? It's like... It's a big dog, man. That dog's pretty big. What do you mean? What do you mean back up there? What do you mean?
Well, now that ain't a fit tale for a bunch of young'uns to hear.
Well, I mean, like, we're not that young. Like, why not? Is it scary? Like something bad happened?
If you would like to see if you can get some clues out of him, you may attempt to persuade him. That is going to be influence another. So influence another is a general move that anyone can do, but it has flavors. The flavors aren't really different mechanically unless you have specific edge or
Right.
snagged anything. So you could choose to flirt if you would like. You could choose to confront him and be all angry, like, look, old man, you scared us, and I want you to tell me what you know. You could try to provoke him, although provoking is generally to take an action or do something. But yes, you can.
I think I would like to try to persuade him.
All right.
It's plus social.
Plus social.
Okay. I rolled a 7 and I have 1 social, so 8. So partial success.
That's a partial success. So what you want him to do is to tell you more about the history that he's been hinting at. And he will do so, but it will cost you.
Ugh.
I think he will, as you're talking to him, he will step kind of painfully up towards you. And as he gets closer, you can tell he's quite old. Cataracts, deeply lined face. The wind shifts. You can tell he probably hadn't had a bath in a while. Dog's kind of mangy. Get a feeling that fleas are hopping on you as they speak. But he'll get real close and he'll kind of sniff you. And he'll say, well, you know, if I had my medicine, maybe I could remember.
This
You know,
man wants
these
drugs.
old eyes don't see so good anymore. Got the glaucoma, Doc says.
I got something probably could help you with that. If you could tell us more about what you're talking about, more about the history of this here new camp.
Well, come on over here by this tree, he says, and leads you away. So as long as you're willing to spend one of your precious dash points to pass him some doobage.
Yeah, he sounds like he's hurting for certain. I'll give him one.
Okay, cool. So yes, he takes a cotton to you because you're clearly his type of person. And he says that when he was a young man, there used to be a camp that some investors from the city had built a beautiful camp for, you know, rich kids to come in and experience nature. It was open for all of 5 days. And then when the parents' weekend came, all the parents drove up and found the bodies. Everyone at the camp had been slaughtered. To be fair, not everyone was found. But after searching the woods and the lake for years, the assumption is that whatever it was had taken all of the campers and the staff. Now that was going on 20 years ago. Actually,
how come I never heard anything about it?
Well, a lot of the campers were well known, and they didn't want any kind of salacious press attention. And the investors in the camp were also very, very wealthy, and they had paid to keep it quiet.
Lots of NDAs, huh? Yep. That's how I plan to make money one day.
Yeah. So you
see
get the
something
skinny
you're
that
not supposed to see. You can make some cash off that, you know?
well, you get the skinny that 20 years ago next week, over a period of just a few days, dozens of teenagers and campers were murdered.
Yikes. Hey, great story, old man. Thanks for letting us know. Did they ever find out who did it, or did anyone survive? You got any tips for from some new counselors looking to survive the summer? You know what I mean?
Head back to the city where it's safe. No one ever found the killer. Some say it was a bear. Some say it was a roving gang. Some say it's happened before, and that the killer waits somewhere in the woods.
Oh yeah, man. Well, sure was nice hanging out with you. I didn't catch your name.
I'm Old Man Smithers.
All right. Well, it was good talking to you, Old Man Smithers. I hope that pain eases up over the next hour or so. You know what I'm saying?
He stuffs it in his pocket of his Western shirt and then just kind of yanks the dog and walks off into the woods.
Okay.
Cool.
I'm gonna go back and tell him that we need to get out of here. He got me scared a little bit. Although I do think he's just an old man telling stories. You know what I mean? Because I'm not a super serious person. So I'm like, man, this man's trying to scare us and tell us stories. He's wild.
Trying to scare you into
too high.
giving him your stash, which
Yeah,
worked.
no kidding.
So
I got good stories for the campers though when they come in.
Okay, so you inform your fellow camp counselors?
Yeah, I tell them about it. How weird it was, a weird experience, but now I'm excited because I got something scary to tell at the campfire.
Great. We need so many spooky stories for all those kids so that they stay up all night and come banging on our cabin door because they can't sleep.
I guess I didn't think of it like that.
Maybe we can tone it down a little, you know?
Oh yeah, like instead of them all being slaughtered, it's like they're just disappeared or something.
Maybe it could happen somewhere else that isn't here.
Oh, but I see what you're saying.
It wasn't
So
naughty
more of like
campers
at a
that wouldn't
camp.
go to sleep.
Just like this. Like that?
Yeah, like that,
Okay. Still a pretty good story. I'm excited.
Maybe it actually happened at our bunk, and then they won't want to disturb us because they're like, the camp counselor's bunk is creepy, and if we go there, we're gonna disappear.
Yeah, so then they can think that we're murderers. Great.
Well, it could be like, listen, like we could tell them that if you go into the camp counselor's, quarters and you're not older than 16, that you'll disappear just like they did.
Yeah, because you'll find TJ's stash and then you'll go to jail.
Yeah, well, you know what? I don't really want to talk about that right now. Real funny karma. All right. Hey, whose car got you here, okay? Everybody just chill, man. Chill.
I'm sorry, I don't like dogs. They're loud and stinky.
It's fine. As you're having this conversation, a familiar red BMW convertible comes roaring up the gravel lane with several other soon-to-be camp counselors kind of crammed in it. The car barely slows down, just kind of swerves off in time to hear a guy yell out, blonde, wearing a Letterman's jacket, "Get out of the road!" The lovely young woman driving, who you know to be Muffy, one of the most popular kids in school, just kind of hangs a perfectly manicured hand out and twiddles it at you. "Later, losers," as she speeds her vehicle into the. You see a young black man dressed very, very nicely, a little bit of a cardigan, kind of thicker glasses, kind of look at you apologetically from the back seat. He seems pretty uncomfortable. You see another classmate, Claire, who kind of is in the midst of not really paying attention, looking at a book, a notebook or something, also in the back seat. But they kick dust and gravel towards you and accelerate towards the camp. What happens?
I really hope that there actually is some psycho murderer that can finally get rid of frickin' Muffy, because I cannot stand her.
Chances are Muffy's the psycho murderer, you know what I mean?
You're probably right.
Muffy, more like Stuffy.
Oh, right here. Yeah, get it up top.
Camera cuts to an interior perspective from somewhere up high, like the second floor, looking out a dusty window with yellowed, faintly tattered curtains. We can see a gloved hand holding open one of those curtains, and we see that same vehicle come and park kind of in the distance, we can see coming around a corner your bus. And as Muffy and Jesse and Derek and Claire get out of the car, the camera cuts down to Derek, who has looked up and seen, just as the curtain twitches closed, kind of looks and then pulls off his glasses and rubs them off on his cardigan and looks again and kind of, yeah.
I love that.
The campground is actually very nice, or it would be very nice. It looks like someone has attempted to slap a fresh coat of paint on. The grounds have been freshly mown, although there are yellowish patches. It looks like this place hasn't been well cared for. But there is a new sign. There is a new coat of paint, but that coat of paint was just slapped on over what was obviously chipping, peeling paint from years previously. As you get out of your bus, you can tell it does have, and maybe it's just the warning that the old man gave you, but it does have an air to it. Now, your instructions are very clear. You are to do everything possible to get this place shipshape. You have tonight and the full weekend, and the campers arrive on Monday. So there's a laundry list of rules and requirements, Hazel, and of course you have those. You probably have them in a stack of mimeograph sheets, you know, the ones that look kind of like purple text. I'm going to say you've probably gone through them and made a few grammatical edits, some red lines noting that the areas where the instructions are not super clear, and you probably have already divvied out the particular tasks. So, as Muffy and Jesse, of course, immediately start sucking face, because that's what they do.
Ugh.
Disgusting. This is not what I want to see.
We have
Ever.
a lot of stuff to do and not much time, you guys.
Right.
Guys? Okay, anyway, so, and the purse that she has is a huge purse. It's like a grandma purse, because why wouldn't you have one of those? So out from it comes a clipboard with the list of tasks and areas and so on. It's like, all right, well, I have a set of the rules for everybody. Here you go. More stuff out of the purse. With the rules that you all had, but I thought you forgot them, so I brought them just in case. You can put up in the room. I'll put one on the wall in the counselors' rooms, and I guess it's fine if there's no kids here for some of the things or whatever. But anyway, so we should go around and maybe split up into groups to take a look around and see what needs to be done. And then once we have the list of things to do, we can spend the weekend like repainting anything and making sure all the areas are clean and make sure the kitchen's all set up, the usual stuff.
I'll start with getting the fireplace going so that, it'll be warm and stuff, and we can have some light.
In the summer.
Yeah.
It's up in the mountains. It gets cold at night.
I guess.
Well, we're gonna need like campfires or whatever, right? That's a thing that you do with like
when
marshmallows.
They're here. Like, what's even in the kitchen?
Why can't we have campfires too, even if they're not here?
Because we are here to do a job, not have fun.
Oh my god, it's not like we can't do the job in a couple of days and take some breaks and just like chill. We don't need to be working 24/7.
I'm with Karma on this one. I think that we should do work and then chill, and then do work and chill, and then
all
do
right.
work and
Well,
chill.
let's start with the work
And
part,
chill.
for example.
Oh.
Like, I guess we need to make sure our rooms are even set up, right?
I mean, yeah, I just want to point out that like labor laws state that we should get a break every 2 hours for 15 minutes and also a lunch break after 4 hours. So just saying, if you're gonna work us like
Listen,
horses,
the law's the law, man. I'm just saying.
yeah, TJ knows all about the law.
I know. Trust me. All right, I did a little moonlighting as a defense attorney once for myself.
Teenage defense attorney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are allowed
right.
to defend your own person, good sir.
I feel like the rules are a little different when you are an on-site camp counselor.
Well, the kids aren't even here yet, so we should at least
Well,
get to
let's
enjoy
go-
a couple of nights.
Yeah, well, the nights maybe. Well, let's go look at our rooms. We gotta take out all of our stuff from the bus anyway.
I think at this point, Muffy with Jesse in tow will kind of come over and just say, I'm super allergic to dust, so will you guys be sure to clean out one of the nicest cabins for me?
Make your
Hey,
boy toy do
Muffy,
it.
if you're allergic to dust, are you also allergic to that stuff you ask me for every Friday? That's all I'm asking. I think you could probably clean out your own cabin, don't you think, Muffy?
I think that is going to need to be a confront.
Okay. Confront is
It's influence another.
okay.
So that's with social.
So that's social. All right, here we go.
Now you could spend a survivor point.
I got a 9.
Oh, excellent. So that's a partial.
I got 8 and 1. Yeah.
Cool. So what will it cost you? I think she'll kind of go, you're so funny, TJ, and then grab you by the arm and pull you aside and say, look, you don't tell anyone about that, and I won't tell anyone about all the stuff that I know about you. Okay? So here's the deal. I'll play nice if you make sure that Jesse and I get to stay in the nicest cabin. So just deal with your little loser friends and like convince them to leave us alone, because this is a very important weekend for me and Jesse. I'm not going to have you weirdos ruining it.
All right. Well, wait, what do I get out of this though? She's playing nice?
What is it that you want her to do? She will do what you want as long as you help her conspire to get her and Jesse alone.
Ooh, what do I want from her? I want her. Yeah, maybe I just specifically ask her to be nice to Hazel and Karma.
Okay. Yeah.
Just like specifically, because she can be real catty to the girls and it's really rude.
Okay. Yeah.
And I care about Hazel, and obviously I like, Karma's my little social, under my social wing. So yeah, I just be like, you gotta be cool with them. I don't want to hear anything about it.
All right. She promises.
Okay.
And then she squeezes your arm one more time. This second and says, Hazel, it's so good to see you. I love your dress. Pink is really your color.
Oh, thanks.
Karma, this is going to be a really awesome experience for you. I cannot wait to spend more time with you so we can get to know each other.
Great.
Yeah. All right, bye. We're going to go clean out our cabin.
Great.
Let us know if you need anything, by which I mean don't need anything.
Stay away from us.
All right.
But yeah.
Stay safe out there.
Right. Cool. So what happens?
All right. So I'm probably gonna is there a cabin that's like slightly better than the other ones? Or like
Yes.
out of the way or something?
Yes, there's a cabin that is a little bit out of the way, and that is the one that Jesse and Muffy are heading for.
Yeah, I say I'm going to turn to everybody and be like, let's just let them have that cabin. At least we don't have to clean the big one, you know?
I would just want to be as far away from them as possible so I don't have to hear anything when
That's what
they
I'm
start
talking
making
about,
wild
Karma.
monkey noises in the middle of the night.
Yes.
Sounds rather immature.
Yeah, those two immature, never.
Derek will come over and say, "Oh, hi Hazel. Do you have a couple of extra of the instruction sheets, the chore list?"
Oh, yeah, of course.
Thanks.
Here you go.
Thanks.
Here's all the rules.
I have one, but I figured you probably like updated it and sorted it. Oh, you did. Good.
I did, and I put it in the laminated cover, so that way the front page won't get messed up over the summer.
Smart. Great.
Hazel, I'm going to need mine in a laminated cover too.
Yeah.
I spilled Mountain Dew on it last time.
Why were
you
you
already
drinking
spilled Mountain Dew on the
Mountain
one.
Yeah, my bad.
Where did you get the Mountain Dew?
Always have a stash in the van.
That's what your stash is all
yeah,
Mountain
just
Dew.
a bunch of Mountain Dew.
Cool.
And they also need another one or two, because I think the last two I had, one got motor oil spilled on it, and the other one ended up in a fire pit.
Yeah, listen, you think paper grows on trees, you guys?
Yeah, actually, isn't that like literally what it's made out of?
Yeah, Claire will go, actually, yes, it does grow on trees. And Derek will be, yeah, I mean, that's where it comes from.
Okay. Well, I mean, it comes from trees, but it's not like an infinite resource.
All right. Well,
they don't have copying machines here.
Right. Maybe. Derek said, "What, JD? It looks like it's you and me in the boys' cabin."
Nice.
Yeah. So I mean, cool. I'll go ahead and start getting it set up. Do you want top bunk or bottom?
Whichever one you don't want.
Cool.
Cool.
He'll go and grab like a whole bunch of like smaller cases and then drop one, and a bunch of like, I don't know, rulers and stuff will fall out. Rulers and protractors and a big old 80s calculator. For that math homework I'm going to do in the weekends. And then he'll run off and you can hear him kind of struggle with the door, and then like a creak as the door opens. It's like, oh, this is going to be a lot of work, y'all. Claire will just kind of wander off to one of the cabins and go, I guess this is the girls' cabin now.
Good enough. If this place is so new, why are the cabins so gross?
Capitalism.
Maybe we're supposed to make it state of the art. Anyway,
I don't know, man. Maybe it's because it's not new, because it's many years old, and someone's gonna come kill us all.
Stop joking around, TJ. Come on.
Stay in the woods are creepy, okay? Ugh.
Well, it's only
Someone
creepy
else
if you
sleep by the
think
door.
it's creepy.
I'm not sleeping by the door. Actually, I lied. I need to sleep by the door because I need to make frequent trips outside.
Into the creepy woods. The thing that you just said was super creepy.
Yeah. But some things are worth going out into the creepiness for. You know what I mean?
It's fine, TJ. Yeah. I'll bunk with you and I'll go with you.
Okay, cool. That's what I'm talking about. Karma. Dab it up.
How are these cabins looking if we go and look in the girls' cabin, for example?
So if you follow Claire to the girls' cabin, someone has made a cursory attempt to clean. Not super thoroughly. They're a little bit dusty. And you know that in the main camp house is where you're going to find food and linens and like all the kind of supplies. So part of what you need to do is to make up all the bunks. And to set up the archery range and, kind of there's a little pavilion where kids do crafts. So a lot of what you're supposed to do is some final cleaning and then just setting up. But there's supposed to be like fresh towels for the kind of two-sided his and hers showers, fresh linen for all the beds, all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, it looks like it's been sitting for a long time, but that someone or a crew of people came in really quickly to knock out most of the cobwebs, and you can tell some of the windows are obviously like new, and the borders around them are like fresh unweathered wood, and some of them are kind of old and dusty. They've obviously had a rag wiped on them, but a cursory cleaning.
I mean, it's not the worst.
I'm probably just running around with like I brought some the this is like what are we in the 80s 90s something like
Yeah.
that, so like whatever kind of aerosol like air freshener. I probably have a couple of them on me like all the time, so maybe I'm kind of lazy, so I'm just kind of walking around like spraying things and making them smell better.
You probably have some like Nag Champa or something.
Yeah, just like
Light some incense.
Yeah, just like I got this part taken care of.
Cool. It now smells like a pine forest. Yes. So, does anyone have a scene they would like to call? Like a spotlight scene? If you have truth spotlight scenes that are available at the beginning, or if you have any relationship spotlight scenes you'd like to go. You don't have to, but you can. This is
I
a
know.
good
Let me
opportunity.
look real quick, because I can't do that until after the first death anyway. Never mind. I'm good.
Cool. Well, I'm going to say we have a montage of kids working. By kids, I mean everyone, but Muffy. Jesse actually probably tries to pitch in. He's not a bad guy. He's just very besotted with Muffy. I think Muffy posts herself up. This is the grounds of this place are very wooded, so she finds a spot where shining between the trees, there's a kind of column of sunlight. She throws out a towel, and obviously she's put on like a bright red bikini, and is out kind of sunning herself in the sun, really in a way to like attract everyone's attention, and occasionally will yell at Jesse if he's not bringing her something cold to drink, or oh, Jesse, there's a spider, but other than that, he tries to pitch in. But the other two kids are doing their best to be responsible and help. So we have a montage as folks are kind of going about the business of cleaning and making beds and finding where the firewood is and pulling out bows and arrows and things like that. Does anything specific happen during that montage as the sun begins to set?
I would say I'm probably gonna go.
Anything, or...
Yeah, I was gonna say I think Karma might be.
Well, I might ask Karma to go for a walk with me, because I might light up a joint and just smoke a joint real quick, like at night, like not when it's like dark, but like near the close of things. We've been working all day, like whatever, and I might be like, hey, I'm gonna take a walk in the woods real quick. You want to come? Wink, wink.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So that happens. What happens in that scene?
I don't know. Do we find anything of interest? We're probably walking around like the cabins, because I'm assuming it's like a campground, right? And then there's like the cabins. We're probably just walking the perimeter, because we don't want to like completely leave the campground, but we don't want to be on the campground, like, smoking weed, because it's whatever. So we're just kind of like around the perimeter, maybe behind the camps, behind the cabins.
Yeah.
Because I think Karma's been like ever since they heard the spooky story, kind of like looking for anything to confirm or deny that
Right.
things
Like,
happened.
is this camp really old? Was this a camp before?
Yeah, like
Like,
were
maybe
people
we're looking
murdered
in the
here?
dirt. Like, do we see like an insignia from something? Like, is there like a patch? Like, is there something to indicate, that this was a place already? Stuff like that.
Sure. I think you both are going to need to investigate. When
Okay.
Karma investigates, Karma, unlike all the other characters, Karma has replaced the smart stat with a spooky stat, which changes the way that investigate works for Karma, but it's still an investigate move.
Yeah, it's like I think for now it's just a normal investigate since we don't know
Yeah.
anything about the killer yet.
Yeah, you have some clues that there might be something hinky, but you haven't uncovered any specific clues.
So plus smart.
Plus smart for you.
What is
plus
my
spooky
smart?
For Karma.
I think I got it to 0. I think I changed. Yeah, okay. All right. Well, then I rolled a 6.
Oh.
Is that a fail?
It's a miss, and I'm gonna say that you've lit up a little bit, and you're looking around, and it starts to make you a little bit paranoid, and you get frustrated because like you're just looking at a bunch of stuff, and you're kind of having a hard time focusing, and so you lose a sanity point to reflect the frustration of not finding anything.
Quick question, table question. My stash points can take the place of survivor points, but not sanity points.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. Karma got a 10.
Oh, excellent. That is a full success. So you find something useful for surviving the horror and gain a survivor point. So as TJ is kind of wandering around, and you kind of head out by the pier, there are some canoes under a tarp. In a little bit of a boathouse. Someone has recently repaired it. The little shingles on the roof are mostly new. And you, for whatever reason, feel drawn out onto the pier. TJ kind of sits down, dangling their legs over the edge, kind of sucking on a joint. Karma, you find at the end of the pier, there are these 2 big posts, obviously original. And again, there's been some kind of rapid repair. Some of these planks are a little bit rotted. As you walk on them, they creak. But like some of the ones that obviously had been broken before or were very, very rotted have been repaired with new wood. But these big posts that anchor the end of the pier are obviously quite old and original. And you see on one of the posts a series of gouges. It's the 1, 2, 3, 4 slash, like a count. And there are 19. You count them up, and your senses tell you that is important. You get a cold chill. You have a sense of foreboding, of waiting, of anticipation. You get a sense that someone has stood here, biding time, waiting for something. For 19 hours.
Does Karma show this to me?
Maybe.
Yeah, probably.
I feel like TJ might make a connection and be like, didn't that old man say that this was the 20th summer? That it was 20 years ago that camp happened? Oh, Ooh, maybe they've been waiting for 20
God.
years, Karma.
It was probably some stupid teenagers counting how many times they got to shove their tongue down somebody's throat.
Good one. Up top.
And because this gives you a survivor point, I think you have a brief vision. A vision of a huge hunting knife wielded in a gloved hand. The vision is of this very post. There are no marks on it. You see the hand gouging the first mark. The vision swims a little bit. And then you see from that same perspective, and you can see the knife just kind of right outside your field of view. You are looking inside a cabin, freshly painted, brand new. You can see through the sheer curtains, bunk beds, lovely fresh rugs. In the kind of glow of camp lanterns, you see a couple of teenagers. You watch them undress each other. You watch them begin to kiss. And then you feel rage. And then you see red. And you take a survivor point.
Cool. I immediately, like, as the vision ends, I'm kind of like, oh god.
Yeah, you
Hey,
okay?
Yeah, can I take a couple hits? It's
Yeah,
yeah,
pass.
it's
Don't bogart it.
And
yeah,
that does, by the
thanks.
way, for the purpose of your moves, count as one clue as to the nature of the killer.
Okay.
It's not, you're not quite at the place where you're trying to put it together, but you do now have a clue as to the nature of the killer and what its motivation might be.
Yeah.
So anything else happening that evening?
And JD pull Hazel into like the kitchen or mess hall area, and just like talk about the right makes might thing
Ah,
that
yes.
where you initiate a scene with one or more main characters in which you explain your moral code and how it guides you in life and gives you strength.
Do it.
Okay. So just awkwardly while brushing or wiping down the table, Gigi's just like, so if Muffy or Stuffy or whatever you want to call her gives you a hard time, just remember that you're better than that. No, birds, we fly together. You know, that that
Are-
that
Go ahead. Oh, sorry. Were you saying more? Sorry.
just going on about how like birds,
Are you calling me
be-
a bird?
no, like the birds, they're so fragile, right? But then together are strong. You never want to go
okay.
up against a pack of birds, but like when you may see one alone, but like
A flock of birds, yeah.
yeah, but together they're still free, you know?
Well, I guess I can count on you if Muffy's going to cause trouble. I don't think she is. She seemed to have secluded herself, and you look outside one of the windows to see her sunning herself. I'm sure whenever this is happening. But good to know. I'm glad for that.
Also,
you know, JD?
Yeah. Also for like future events, if anyone's bugging you, whatnot, you can call me and I'll straighten them up for you. You know.
Well, that's really nice of you, JD. Thanks.
So, JD, you have expressed how your birds of a feather flock together, stick up for each other. Moral code.
Yeah.
Helps to give you strength. Well done.
Yes.
Looking at Muffy, the sun is kind of going down, and although it's still kind of, it hasn't quite gotten chilly, and Muffy, the sun has moved though, so that her little sunning spot is covered, and then she'll just kind of stand up and go, "I'm hot. I think I'll take a quick dip before dinner." Jesse, you want to come with me? Jesse is over helping Derek start a fire, and they're trying to like remember their old Boy Scout routine and like actually starting it with like just rubbing sticks together. Oh yeah, I'll be there in a minute. Maybe we're just trying to start the fire, and she'll just kind of like, toss her curly hair, and then saunter in front of everyone. I think she'll probably make it a point to kind of get really close to JD and drop her towel at your feet, JD, and then kind of look at you expectantly. Do you want to pick that up for me? Ugh, so weird. And then she'll throw it over her shoulder, see Jesse looking in that direction, and then go, "You're so funny," and then walk off, kind of casually looking back to make sure. And Jesse does pick up on it, and he kind of looks a little at JD.
JD will mimic that look like.
Oh, okay. You hear a splash and a scream. It's so cold. I don't think I can stay in very long. Better hurry up with your fire, Jesse, and come keep me warm.
I trip him as he runs by.
Sure. Why not? Go ahead and I'm gonna call it a provoke. So that's gonna be influence another.
He's a 4.
Oh. Okay. Well, that doesn't work at all. I'm going to say that he, because he's an athlete, he just jumps over your clumsy attempt to trip him, and then marks you. Like it's his suspicions are confirmed that you're trying to move in on his lady. So yeah, you now take snag on all moves targeting Jesse. And then he runs over. As he starts to get in that general direction, Muffy screams again. But this time, with real terror. No one cares.
No, I'm not
I'm
like,
got it. Jesse's got it, man.
Jesse's
I'm
over
gonna
there.
be like, "All right, we get it. It's cold."
I just like reach into TJ's bag and pull out some chips, and I'm just like, "Alright."
We get it. It's cold. We're just eating chips and laughing.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jesse like runs to the edge of the pier. Where is she? guys, come help me.
Okay. Well, he asked for help, so I'll head over.
Derek will put down the smoldering sticks and run over in that direction.
I'll
Gets
probably get a little bit more serious, but not much, and like kind of like do a little jog over.
Yeah, also walking over, but annoyed about it.
Do you see her? Derek's like, where'd she go down? There's waves. The wind has picked up a little bit, so there's some waves, but like from where you see and listening to their conversation, they are having a hard time pinpointing. We gotta go in. We gotta save her.
Yes.
So
Go in.
Jesse, of course, because it's a teen movie, you know, pulls off his shirt. He's like super abnormally ripped. Because the character playing Jesse, Jesse's supposed to be like 17. Yeah, but the character playing Jesse is a full-on adult man.
Full-grown man.
Derek is like,
dang, is that an 8-pack?
Right. Derek is like trying to like responsibly untie his shoes and like take off his cardigan and fold it. Jesse just like dives in. Derek's not much further after, although his is a little bit more like a belly flop.
I do not dive in, but I do kind of a like, I'm looking, you know, I'm standing near the thing and just kind of looking to see if I see, because she's in a red bathing suit, right?
Yeah, I think I'm doing the same thing.
Red, like, but I'm not gonna get in that water.
I'm like, yeah, like hanging off of the pole, trying to look and see if she went like under the dock or something, but not getting in the water.
Okay.
I'm not getting wet for Muffy.
Well, anyone who's looking could investigate if you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll investigate. I got a 10.
Well done.
I also got another 10.
Well done.
Maybe
I got
investigating.
8.
Okay. So 2 successes and a partial. So for the partial, you're looking around, and I'm going to say you find a toolbox that has, it's like maybe it was sitting on the pier and someone like knocked it off. It's in the kind of in the shallow, reedy end, so it's a little bit wet. But it looks like it's a relatively new recent. It's like not super rusty. But yes, you find a toolbox, but you don't find Muffy. TJ, you said that you got a 10?
Yes.
All right. You find something useful for surviving the horror. All right. You see a wake. You see a flash of red and a wake, and you can see just a little bit of trailing hair near the surface and a little bit of bubbling. It's not where, it's close to where Jesse is, but like he's got his back to it and clearly doesn't see it.
Right. I have a question.
Yes.
I look around. Is there an old school lifesaver life thing on a rope?
Sure.
There should be, right? Like,
Yeah,
for
sure.
sure.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Because I'm going to grab it and I'm going to throw it towards it just like willy-nilly. And I'm going to be like, yo, Derek. His name's Derek, right?
Yeah, Derek's the dweebazoid nerdy guy, and Jesse
who's
is
the one
the jock.
that's in there
Jesse's
with
the jock.
the
They
8-pack?
both are now,
Jesse.
but
Okay.
Jesse's the jock, yeah.
Yo, 8-pack. She's over there where I threw the thing.
Cool. Go ahead and give me a act with skill with strong.
Oh, that'll be fun.
I mean, you can propose another one, but I think hucking something is probably strong.
Okay, I got an 8 and my strength is -1, so 7.
Okay.
Is that's partial, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a partial success.
Nice.
So you toss it in that direction, but but you throw both the lifesaver ring and the rope, so it's not connected to anything like that. And the rope kind of lands on Derek, and he's now just like, oh, who threw this rope on me? But
You
yes,
got it. She's over there.
Jesse turns around, he looks at the bobbing thing, and now he can see that wake. It's moving. It's like maybe she's underwater swimming really hard, but it seems like she's being pulled backward. Karma got a full success, yes. You can't see but know she is not alone.
Oh, I hate it.
Like you know, it's almost like you get a flash from her perspective as she looks up towards the fading light in the surface, and as she struggles, as her hair blows around, is pulled around her face by the water. You can feel pain in her ankle, just like a vice grip. You can see as she looks down and tries to scrabble at this black gloved hand holding around her ankle.
Karma's having a panic attack. I jump back onto the pier and I'm just backing away, like shaking my head, like no, nope. Freaking out.
I probably see Karma and I'm like, whoa, man, whoa. Just listen, no one has ever died from the marijuana, okay? Just breathe. I know you feel anxious, because I think it's the weed that's bothering her.
Right. So
I'm like freaking out because she's freaking out and I don't want to get us in trouble. And I'm like, oh, everything's cool. Nobody dies from this, all right? So just chill.
Jesse swims over. You can see him dive down. You can see him pop back up. You can see as Muffy's head breaks the surface and she gasps and sputters. They're now both being dragged away. The rope that had been trailing the lifesaver is pulled along with, because he's got it. I want to say he's got it in one hand. He's trying to like put it around her. As they are dragged, it starts to tighten around Derek, and you hear him kind of go as he's now being pulled along too. What happens?
Oh my god, they're choking.
Why do you get like all of them killed?
Oh my god.
5 minutes.
I guess. All right. Well, it's time. I'm bad at this. It's water time. I'll be JD. Help him, because
I feel like I also look at JD and I'm like, get in there.
Get in there. I think I will
look at
also.
JD and I'm like,
We're all like,
I will get in the water though
are there
to try
are there ski-doos anywhere?
No.
Or like canoes or anything?
oh yeah, no,
There
there's
are
the
canoes.
canoes that I saw by the boat. Yeah, I'm like, there's boats, there's canoes over there.
I mean, this sounds like we all might die immediately, but should we get a canoe and try to get out there?
yeah,
And,
I'll
like,
go
grab
with
the
you.
thing and try to undo
All
Derek.
right, you two go get the canoes. JD, come on,
God,
let's get the
we're so
rope out
high
and
right
pull him
now.
back.
Go get the paddles. Just get the
I
paddles.
got the stick things. I got
Yeah,
the stick things.
those.
Grab the boodle thing.
Now, influencing another, specifically provoke, works on other main characters. It sounds like multiple people are attempting to provoke
Yeah, we
JD
are.
to dive in
I
and
think
save
so.
everyone.
Everyone turns and yells at JD.
So I will say,
What are you doing, JD?
I'm going to say since TJ and Karma are running to go get a canoe and launch it, Hazel, you're going to need to make this. But I will give you a temporary edge on this roll to reflect the fact that TJ and Karma, although not making assist rolls, are still basically, both of them are adding the pressure. So I think that's worth a automatic edge on the roll.
All right, with the edge and one social, I got a 12.
Ooh. But
Hey,
that's,
does this make a spotlight happen?
so it's not a double 6, right?
Okay. It is not a double 6, alas.
And I think on the
I think
last,
it's 13 plus.
yeah, I think it's double
Okay.
sixes or 13 because the pluses
right,
go up. So
close.
it's not quite a spotlight success, but it is a significant success on that front. So you successfully provoke, which means that it is a full success. If you do
Yes.
it, if you do what Hazel wants, JD, and dive in and try to save Derek, because Derek is the closest, you will receive a survivor point.
JD's gonna jump into the water and attempt to grab onto the rope to loosen it.
Okay, but you
so
gotta
that-
wiggle the rope first. You gotta wiggle the rope before you pull. You gotta flip it over so he doesn't choke. I can't stress enough that you should not choke Derek.
Yes. So right. So JD, your choice. Strong is probably the most obvious one. Because you're gonna need to act with skill. But you could argue for swift. You could theoretically
use-
argue for sneaky in like how to quickly untie a knot. Like what do you think makes sense? You could theoretically do serious as a way of like keeping your cool. So you can propose. I'll tell you that the default in this case is probably strong.
I was gonna do strong because from the character creation where we shifted one up and one down, I shifted strong up and
Okay.
smarts down.
Cool. And the reason this isn't to defend is that, like, as far as we know, except possibly for Karma, this isn't the killer is there and present about to murder someone. So you don't really have the opportunity to defend another against the killer. So go ahead and roll that, JD, and see if you're able to help Derek.
An 11?
Ooh, well done. In fact, you do help Derek. That is a full success. You achieve the objective with no negative consequence. So you kind of, I'm going to say you swim up to him and you push him just to get a little bit of extra slack. And then you kind of unloop it around his neck, and then you can feel it go free. And then you turn him around and hoist him up a little bit and start backstroking towards the shore with him as he coughs and splutters. What's happening? What's going on?
It's fine, sort of, kind of, not really, but like it's fine. You're fine. Need me to do mouth to mouth CPR? I got you. I can do that.
Cool. I can breathe just fine. I'm talking. It's good.
Cool.
So TJ and Hazel, I think I'm going to need active skill for Swift. And
Wait,
one of
TJ and Carmel.
yeah, sorry, TJ and Karma. sorry.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, who was
those
actually getting
munchies.
the? All right, did all three of you go to get the?
No, I think it was just me and
No,
TJ went to
just
the
Karma
because
and I
we'd
ran
seen
to
them
go get
earlier.
one.
Okay, so TJ,
Yeah, I was
that's
getting
right.
the sticks.
That's right.
Yeah,
TJ
we were
and
grabbing
Karma.
the paddles.
But one of
Yeah.
you can choose to assist the other, or hinder.
Okay.
Like if you really want to see Muffy go down, you could choose to hinder.
I don't actually want her to die.
Okay.
She actually pays me a lot of money on Fridays, so
true.
I need her to live. Really?
So decide who's going to make the roll and who's going to assist.
What do you think, Tough? You feel
I-
hot? You feel
I-
lucky?
I think I can make the roll. I've got
I'll assist.
not
Okay.
bad and swift.
Roll the assist first, because that may
Okay.
affect how many die that you roll, Karma.
Am I adding anything to it for an assist?
You are going to attempt the same. It's effectively the same move, so you're also rolling the Swift.
Oh, okay, got you. Still Swift. Okay. All right, my assist roll is a 5. I am not very helpful. I'm so sorry, Caramel.
So Karma, you are rolling with Snag, which
Oh,
means
great.
1 die.
Okay.
I got the sticks.
Okay, I rolled a 6 plus 1, it's a 7.
Well, no, you rolled one die. It's a 6.
Yeah.
That counts as if you rolled double,
Oh.
which means you got a spotlight success.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
Even though I'm useless over here.
you can we'll resolve the mechanics before we resolve the narrative, because the mechanics inform the narrative. On a spotlight success, obviously you succeed, and you can add 1 to the trait that you used, so swift, to kind of reflect that you're faster than you thought you were. You can gain a survivor point to represent an additional advantage, or all other characters in the scene, which is everyone, are reassured by your display of skill and gain a sanity point.
Well, since we all lost all those sanity points right off the bat, I think I make a heroic display to inspire my fellow
Beautiful.
camp counselors.
So everyone gains a sanity point. So
Jahilio, bless you, because I tell you what, I only had 2. So
TJ is trying to help, and is like busy, like trying to unmoor a canoe, but it's a different canoe than Karma. And Karma just like, I mean, maybe you remember a childhood when you did something similar, but you just like know exactly how to unhitch this canoe and hop in and just like grab before you launch off, grab TJ and pull TJ in, who kind of falls in the back of the canoe. You ship an oar and begin to row. I guess it's more like a row, but whatever. You can row canoes. You pull out an oar and begin rapidly paddling with enormous skill. It's like, oh, you're gonna really, obviously this is why you were selected to go work in the camp. You're gonna be the one teaching all the kids how to canoe.
my mind is like just blown. I'm just watching her like, what's happening?
Right.
Harper watches a lot of White River rafting videos on TikTok.
I was like,
Or not
whoa.
TikTok, but whatever.
So
Family
after
home
I'm like,
videos. Dad's a
yeah.
Dad was a famous canoeist.
After I like my head explodes, I'm gonna turn and I'm gonna start looking for the red again, or like whatever color I can see I know is Muffy.
Yeah. So Jesse is trying to swim in the opposite direction and kind of pulling on Muffy. And you can tell, though, that something has got a hold of her. And it's still occasionally, even how strong he is, still occasionally dunking her and sometimes both of them into the water. It's not able to pull them quite as swiftly as it was before. And yes, you are able to pull the canoe up close. So.
Okay, so.
I would like
Okay.
to tempt TJ and Karma.
Boy.
Okay.
I will give you each a survivor point and enable you to save Jesse. If you act in such a way that it makes it impossible for Jesse to save Muffy. So you will have the consequence of being responsible for her death, in his eyes at least. You don't have to accept it, but this is one of the mechanics is I can tempt you to give in to your impulses and negative feelings toward Muffy to kind of seal her fate. But
So, because our options really are try to save them both.
Yeah.
Or shoot, like, I mean, because realistically, like, not even because you're tempting us, but realistically, it's going to be easier to save one of them than both of them. And the one that's already not hitched to something is probably the one that's going to be easier to save.
I mean, that's the type of thinking that I'm attempting to tempt you into. But you don't have to accept it. And I will say, there's a moment that this thought occurs to both of you. and you look at each other. So you both have to accept or deny. But like you're having to decide whether you're going to contribute to Muffy's death or whether you're going to try to save both.
Okay, so
And the
I've got
outcome
an-
might wind up being the same, right? This isn't about like
right.
Yeah.
but I will let you save
But we'll
Jesse for sure.
get a point. Okay, got you. All right, so I've got an oar in my hand, and I'm just gonna whip around and look Karma right in the eyes and be like, "Do we try to save them both?" She knows exactly what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Karma's thinking back on those visions that she's been having and that Muffy's pretty much been in all of them. And just shake my head and be like, just get Jesse.
Okay.
And since you're right there, Jesse will say, "No, help me save her. What are you talking about? She's right here."
You don't understand. We're not gonna save her. We can at least get you, and that's what's gonna happen. And that's what I'm gonna do. Just try to get Jesse out.
All right. So how do you act in such a way that makes it impossible for him to save her or to continue to attempt to save her?
I think I look at TJ and just go smack his hands.
Well, I think I was just
Like-
gonna say maybe I just like knock him out with an oar, but even
Yeah,
on
either like break his grip or knock him out. One of the
I'm
two.
like, whoa, boom. Like, he gets knocked out.
Okay. So yeah, you accidentally beat him one. It's not enough to knock him out, but it is enough for him to like reach up and grab his head. "Oh, what are you doing?" And then slow-mo.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry, dude. Whoa.
Slow-mo, you can see like just below the surface as he's got a hold of one of her arms. Because he let go with one hand. It slips like from her upper arm to her forearm to her hand. And he goes to pull and their hands come out of the water. And then just the fingers slip and then with barely a ripple, she disappears. He starts screaming, "Muffy, no!" Starts trying to swim, but you guys grab him
She's gone, bro. She's
under
gone.
the armpits,
Something's got her, man.
haul him up into the canoe as Karma rows back to the shore. TJ kind of is holding him back because he wants to, I mean, he's trying to stand up, which would capsize you both. You make it back to shore. Everyone, I'm sure, else has gathered around.
Sorry for the loss, dude. She's one with the sea now.
He wheels to confront all of you. "You hated her. You hated her. You set this up. What kind of people are you?"
First of all, I want to say that it doesn't even make sense for me to hate her enough to let her die on. Listen, she pays most of my bills. All right. Second of all, I'm letting you know that the only reason that you are alive is because we saved you. Something had her, bro. She was going to take you both down. We had to make a choice.
We've got to call the police. We've got to call the ambulance. They can,
Yeah,
they can
man,
come out and
yeah.
find
Have
her.
someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me go to the office and I'll call.
Yeah, let's do
It
it.
seems like something I'll do. So I'll run off.
So
I can't wait till the phone line is cut.
So Hazel runs off to call. What is everyone else doing?
I'm probably looking through my bags for like a Zanny, for like something to give, to offer, like, because I feel so, like, because he's like clearly shaken up, really upset, and
Or
you know,
Valium?
yeah, like something to kind of like take the edge off because he's struggling.
Yeah, he if he had sanity points, he would have lost most of them.
Right.
I'm gonna say it's not enough for him to lose control, but it's close. So he is you offer him a little Mountain Dew and kind of sneak in a little Valium to help him out. Derek is like has pulled out a little first aid kit and is trying to like dab at the rope burn on his neck.
Can JD go
Claire
over
Claire
and
wanders
help?
up. You guys should keep it down. What's going on? She's been in her cabin studying this entire time.
Claire, we gotta call the cops because Muffy just got taken underwater by something, and we're pretty sure she's dead. So Hazel ran to the cabin to make a phone call.
What do you mean taken under the water by something?
She jumped in the water, right? Which, like, who does that? Okay. And then she was being pulled under the water. And, you know, they were trying to get Jesse, whose name I can never remember, the 8-pack guy. He's trying to pull her out, but he's just getting pulled under too. Derek over there almost got choked. I mean, it's been nuts. Where have you been?
I was studying. So what you're saying is that she like got her leg
It's
caught in some
summer.
branches or something?
No, something that was moving. It looked like have you ever seen like you ever seen the like you know, like Jaws, like where when the you know, and and then they pull them down and they're like and they go real like fast. It was like that, dude. There's a shark in there.
So making up crazy stuff isn't going to help anyone.
Oh, okay. Oh, the guy with the drugs is crazy. Oh, look at me. I'm just a crazy drug lady. Whatever.
It's not it. TJ's telling the truth. I don't know. Muffy just went under and then was getting dragged away. Jesse tried to jump in to save her. It didn't work. And now she's gone.
She kind of looks suspiciously at all of you, but then then takes a second look at Jesse and sees just the shocked look on his face. If this is some sort of prank, I will see to it that you are all fired, says Claire.
Well, you won't have to because it's not a prank and we're all going to be dead.
Can you not doom prophesize, TJ? We're calling the cops. It's going to be fine.
I think I'll help Hazel call the local authorities. So Hazel, yes, as you have gone into the office and pulled out the old phone and click, 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 click.
Click, click, click.
Yeah.
Keep
It's-
hidden.
Yeah.
No dial tone. Nothing.
No.
I assume Claire comes in. I'm like, the phone isn't working. There's no dial tone.
She'll take it and click it and listen and go, didn't your sheet say something about how we had to have everything cleaned up and that like the electricity and stuff would be turned on this weekend? They would have.
Like later?
Yeah.
I'll just check the schedule or whatever.
Yeah. There's some workmen that are coming out at the end of the weekend.
Oh my God.
To connect the phone and test all the wiring and stuff before the campers arrive.
Right. Oh my God. Well, I guess we gotta drive back to town.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really in any
we
shape to
can
drive.
Yeah, so as Claire and Hazel are having that conversation, and I will remind everyone, the first death has occurred. So if you have spotlight moves that are become available or trigger, so available means at any time after this the conditions are met, you may call it. If it's a trigger, it means that you have to call it. It doesn't have to be like the next one, because sometimes you can have multiple people that their spotlight scene triggers, but like the next scene that gets called needs to be one of those spotlights. So as that conversation is happening, does anyone have a spotlight scene that they want or need to call?
I do have one I need to call, but
Right.
I can do it when I assume that we'll give the news at some point. Like, I assume something needs to happen where we find out we can't.
Wait, this is
use
under our
the
truth,
vehicles.
right?
Yes, the spotlight scenes are all in your truth.
Yes.
So yes, I will say you.
Oh, here, I know. So it's going to be seen with everybody by the cars,
Okay.
because we are going to try to figure out who's going to go to town to go get the authorities. And I assume during this scene something will Yeah. And then during that scene, I will pull someone aside to do the spotlight part.
All right. So yes,
anyway,
and of course,
I have one that's available. Mine is triggered if somebody. I have one that's triggered if somebody successfully flirts or confronts with like me.
yes.
But no one's done anything like that, right?
No.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, my triggers are the first death of a main or supporting character, so
Yes.
we're in it.
Okay. So yes, you all gather. TJ, you pull out your keys. I'm gonna say Karma or JD needs to be the one that's going through Muffy's stuff, trying to find her keys.
I'm making JD do it. I can't.
Okay. So JD is off in the looking through all of Muffy's stuff in the cabin.
Okay. You got your keys, right, TJ? All right. Well, if you already found your keys, we should split up and go. It'll be fine. I can go with you, and Claire can stay here
Okay.
with the rest of you.
Wait, by herself? Oh, okay.
Oh, no, with everybody
Wait,
else.
what are we doing?
We
sorry, I wasn't
need to
listening.
contact the police. The phone's line isn't
Oh yeah,
started
yeah,
up
yeah.
yet.
Listen, we're getting in the wagon.
Yeah,
right?
in your van.
Let's go. I'll take you there.
Okay.
You go and you put the keys in.
Don't worry, man. It always does this. Just hold on. Just let me hold on. Just like I just kind
It starts.
of
So
Thank goodness.
as JD is continuing to look for the keys, TJ and Hazel begin heading off down the long driveway.
sounds sinister.
Is there a conversation that happens?
Yes, there is. And I'll just be all like, oh my God, I just needed this job to go well. You know, that whole thing with my mom, right, TJ?
Yeah. What's going on with that?
I don't know. She's just gone. The police stopped looking for her. They said it's not a concern. And if I don't get enough money, they're just going to take Tyler away. You know?
Oh yeah.
Of course.
Hey.
You know, my brother. Annoying. He's little. But I mean, you know,
Yeah.
I got to look out for him.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, I'll tell you, you know, if you ever really need anything, like I got you, right? Because like you can come to me, for like if you need money stuff, you just let me know. I know you don't really approve of all the ways that I get the monies or whatever.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
if you need help,
Well, I'll let you know if I need your drug money.
Whoa, Hazel,
What do
why
you-
you always gotta be like that?
Why do you have to be like that? You're the
Listen.
one with drug money.
At least I have money. Look at you.
TJ, I would like you to act with skill with Swift.
Okay.
Or
Oh no.
or I would take serious.
Serious is bad. Because I'm very not serious.
I think it should be serious then.
I lost the dice. Okay. You want me to do a serious roll? Really?
I
Are
will
you
say
serious?
Swift with because you're engaged in conversation, you're still a little bit high and you're distracted. So I'm gonna say yeah, you can do Swift at disadvantage or you can do a serious regular.
Well,
Swift with a snag.
so snag is when I use 3 dice and then get rid of the high one.
Or just roll 1 die. It just removes a die.
Okay. I'll go with serious.
Okay.
Okay. Mathematically, I feel like it's a better chance. Hey, I got an 8. Oh, I got a 6.
Ooh. So as you're having this, like you were having kind of a nice conversation and then it quickly started to become a little bit of an argument. You are not prepared and do not react well as first the front tires blow out. And then just as you're starting to get your attention back on the road, the back tires blow out. You fishtail, trying to regain control of your VW bus. It starts to tip over. You do have the presence of mind, however, to prevent it from tipping over, but you do run it off into a ditch.
Oh man.
They're screaming. What happened?
Hazel, relax. Listen, it's fine. I don't know. The tires blew out, which is wild to me because I just got new tires. Like, aren't they supposed to last like 30,000 miles or something? Like, I
don't know.
Like 3 months ago, man. Like, I don't know what's
Are
happening.
they still under warranty?
Oh my gosh, I hope so. I do, because I tell you what, I paid a good amount of money on that. And yes, it was drug money, Hazel. What are we gonna do now? How are we
So
gonna
drug
tell the
money got
police?
you crappy tires, huh?
Oh,
Looks
now
like crime
here we
doesn't
go.
I'm going to say
Okay, so what are you saying? This is karma? Is that what you're saying? Speaking of karma, I don't know where we left her, but we need to figure this out because now we can't go anywhere. The wheels are busted. I don't have 4 spares. I have 1.
Yeah, you get out and look. The tires are shredded. You can see, although the sunlight is rapidly fading, you can see a chain has been dragged across the driveway. Sharp pieces of metal, glass, sharpened pieces of wood are wedged and affixed in the chain.
Dude, this looks like on purpose.
This wasn't here when we got here.
Dude, this looks like on purpose.
Oh my god.
So, Hazel and TJ, would you mind denying fear for me?
Can I use a stash point to just do that?
Yeah, if you want to.
I don't know. I'm feeling pretty nervous about this.
You got 2 left.
I do have 2 left.
I got a 10.
Ah, well done. And let's see. I have to remember exactly how that works. So as long as you have a chance to prepare and aren't taken by surprise, you can escape. You may offer a stash point as part of you're required to spend a survivor point as part of your stash point instead. Just chill in. As long as you have a stash point, you can deny fear at the start of every scene. This is not the start of a scene. So you can preemptively deny fear and it doesn't cost 1. What you ought to do is just deny fear at the start of every scene to reflect it, as long as you narratively can be a little bit loaded.
One. Okay.
No,
right.
And it costs nothing. You have to spend 1 to influence another.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, you are coming down from being like you rapidly sobered up.
I am allowed to use sneaky for it, right?
If you have a chance to prepare and aren't taken by surprise, you are very much taken by surprise.
Oh, dang, dude. Okay, so we normally use what? Smart for that? Swift.
Sorry. Serious is for deny.
Oh, come on, you guys. All right.
Why don't you have +3 in it like me? Hey, can you regain past the maximum sanity points, or are we capped at 4?
I don't see why not.
Okay, cool. I'll go up to 6. Guys, I'm doing great.
All right.
Oh, well, no.
Let's see.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
You got to think about it, because that one says regain as opposed to
it's regain. So yeah, you don't. Yeah.
I have really bad news for everyone involved.
What'd you get?
I rolled a 6, and I'm not serious at all, so that's -2. So I rolled a 4.
Okay, you panic and lose a sanity point and take a snag on all actions in the scene until you deny fear, which means if you deny fear again, it's with snag. You have to successfully deny fear in this scene. The reason that you all have to deny fear is that as you are looking at the chain and talking about the fact that it wasn't here, it is violently jerked into the woods.
Yikes.
and you see a figure. A figure in
Yo.
probably it would be dark blue, but now it looks black because it's wet.
Hazel, did you see that?
You see
Yes.
Or
a
is it just
hood,
me?
like a sweatshirt hood, covering the face, or covering the top of the face. The face itself is shadowed, but you get the sense that something is wrong about it as this figure pulls the chain and then starts stepping toward you. So, pin in that. JD, you were going through Muffy's things. Would you like to investigate?
Sure. Oh, that's was smart. Oh no. Yeah, this is 3.
A 3?
Yep.
You start to get frustrated and panicked, and you lose a sanity point and find nothing useful.
Cool. Found some lady's underwear and got panicked.
Got distracted.
It's like, what is this? Why is it so thin?
Yes, and then
Like, oh no!
for a variety of reasons, you get frustrated, find nothing useful, and lose a sanity point. Karma, what are you doing?
I think I probably just went back into the cabin and am like trying to piece myself back together after kind of losing it a little bit, especially since I kind of let Muffy die and I didn't like her, but I want her to actually die, and I feel kind of bad because I said that earlier. So yeah, Karma's just having a mental breakdown in the cabin.
Okay. So
Probably trying to avoid Jesse specifically.
okay. We'll say that Derek is taking care of Jesse, like trying to get him warmed up. Has given up and pulled out a lighter and started a fire. And you can hear Jesse cry, "Oh, Muffy." But you can probably also tell that the Valium that TJ snuck into his Mountain Dew is starting to take effect. So,
Thank goodness.
back to TJ and Hazel. The figure steps heavily out of the woods. You hear squelching. And as its wet boots hit the ground, you hear a shing as it pulls out a very large hunting knife and begins advancing on you.
Run, 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 run!
I think I need you both to escape danger, which means spend a survivor point. You must spend a survivor point before you make the attempt. You
Let's see.
broke the cardinal rule, which is you split the party.
Listen, I was trying so many times to split the party. That's how you get the party really
Yeah,
started.
that's how it's fun.
And the default on this is roll plus swift, although I believe Hazel can roll plus serious.
With serious, I kept my cool. We are running. I'm running hilariously in high heels. It'll look great.
Yes.
For the camera. Let's see. So that is an 8.
You said we're doing with what? Swift?
Swift is the
Swift,
default,
yes.
unless you have a trope
So
move
8.
that changes it. So you both got 8s. All right. Take a snag on deny fear going forward, which means every time you deny fear is with a snag. Oh wait, did you both fail your deny fear previously? Someone did.
I didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so I'm gonna need you to re-roll with 1 die. Or did you do that previously?
No.
Okay.
Okay. I got a 6.
Ooh, that's actually quite good.
Yeah?
So you do in fact succeed. So
Oh, hell
somehow you are like your instinct kicks in and you begin. So tell me how you escape unscathed in such a way that it regains a survivor point for you.
yeah. I think that um I end up getting like, okay, so like back in the day before I became a burnout, I was like actually like a pretty good little track athlete. Like I used to throw and I used to do hurdles or whatever. So I like turn and there's like, we're like in the woods or whatever, and there's like some downed logs, and I just start like running and I'm like hurdling logs, and it's like, whoa. It's like my old training just kicks in and I'm just like, whatever. And I just start hurdling things.
Yeah, the driveway makes a little bit of an S bend, and instead of like taking the long route running up the driveway back to the cabins, you actually kind of cut across into the woods, and then the camera follows you like a handheld as
Mm-hmm.
you very athletically slide down on both knees underneath the low-hanging branch, hop over a rotted log, and you just book it plowing through the woods. Hazel, your choice is to spend an additional survivor point, spend 2 sanity points, or choose a trait to add snag. In this case, probably swift or strong. But anything that you choose for all future moves to represent a strain or injury that you take.
Oh, is that from the harm? So there's a snag on deny fear.
Yes, you take a snag on deny fear going forward, period, and choose one. Spend an additional survivor point, spend 2 sanity points, or choose a trait and add snag.
I will spend 2 sanity points.
Cool.
I'm scared.
Cool.
Yeah, because you're really sane right now. Anyway.
I was.
Yes. So you are able to something about TJ's rapid reaction kind of kicks in adrenaline, and you begin kind of scrambling back. You are reluctant, however, to turn your back on this figure as it just kind of raises an arm as if to stab you and starts walking slowly, steadily towards you. But it's a big person there eating up the distance. You stumble back and scramble. Maybe one of your little kitten heels twists in the gravel. But eventually you get enough distance that you're just like, I can't. And then you turn and then run, and you feel this gloved hand just like barely brush the back of your hair. But you're able to whip your head out of the way just in time. And then you just take off, booking it too. JD, as you come out of Muffy and Jesse's cabin, frustrated for not having found anything, perhaps confused by the lacy panties that you were doing something with a minute ago, you hear something racing out of the woods in your direction. Then you hear just this as coming up the driveway, you see Hazel booking it. Karma, you also finally hear screaming and yelling and people talking. So TJ and Hazel are able to rejoin the group. What happens?
Wouldn't the car have been faster?
Yeah, I thought you guys were going back to town. What happened?
Dude, all the tires blew. And then we got out of the car, and it wasn't even our fault the tires blew. At first I thought it was my fault because I was like, oh no, maybe I had. But it wasn't my fault. There was like actual things on chains like meant to stab our tires, yo.
So Wait, so
And then there was a
something
guy in the woods, and he was like, "Oh, that's my chain with those things on it." And he didn't actually say anything. He was real creepy. He had a knife, and he chased us an hour up here. I haven't run in so long.
So wait, they sabotaged your car? Like on purpose?
Yes, yes. And then they tried to kill us.
Oh. Well, where JD, did you find Muffy's keys so we can like leave?
No. Turns out they went to the dark side with her.
She had her keys in her swimming suit?
That's so Muffy.
Are you sure, JD?
Yes. I mean, I don't want to go back in there. Her stuff is just it's just wild in there. I don't want any part of it anymore.
Are you getting all flustered because you went through a girl's things, JD?
No.
JD, my man, you never seen panties before?
No.
Aw.
TJ, will you come with me and we can go look and see if Muffy's keys are actually in there because I don't want to stick around.
Yeah, let's do it. You coming? JD, you coming back?
I think we should all
Show us what
probably
you looked
stick
at.
together.
Okay.
I think Dirk will say
Oh,
that
Don't
sounds like a
have to
good
go
idea.
back in.
If there's some, was it that old man with the dog? Do you think maybe he's trying to scare us?
It's not the old man with the dog.
No, that man was huge. The old man with the dog could not have been that big.
Look, the more that we stand here talking about it, the less time that we have to, like, get in the car and get out of here. So,
Yeah, fair play. Let's do it. Let's go. Everybody, come with me immediately.
Claire has been drawing in her little sketchbook or her little notebook, closes it. It's like, I swear, people, it gets a little bit dark and suddenly everyone's freaking out. I mean, it's sad that someone drowned, but these things happen. I don't know why we always have to assign some sort of, evil
Claire!
forces.
There's a man with a knife out there. We didn't just make him up.
It's probably just a hunter and you're overreacting.
Oh yeah, do hunters put out things to bust tires?
Well, when it gets light, we're going to have to go check that out.
look, if
Clearly
you want to
isn't
stay here
buying
all
it.
night, Claire, then you stay here all night.
Yeah.
I am getting the hell out of here.
Fine. I'll let you know if the boogeyman comes out and tries to kill us all. She'll sit back down on a little
Thank you,
log
Claire.
and open up her notebook again. So, someone is going to need to investigate Muffy's cabin and her things.
Yeah, I'll go look through things.
I will, assuming that I made it, I will also look through all the things.
Oh yeah. You
Oh,
you
okay.
weren't
Yeah,
that you
part of
weren't
the-
that much further behind.
farther behind. Okay.
Yeah, behind Karma.
I'm gonna
Because I need
So
to
yeah,
initiate a scene
Okay.
after I've escaped danger. So I think this will be part of the.
Well, we'll
all
say
of
that
us
while
going through
Karma is
Mussie's
leading the search, that'll be one scene, and then maybe outside or inside if you want everyone to be present. So
I
call.
think everyone's presence fine.
Okay, cool.
for this
Call your
one.
sign. Call your scene. I
Wait,
mean.
Okay.
is this a new scene? Can I be like not scared of stuff now?
Yes, if you would like to toke up in between scenes and then make a deny fear. Now that deny fear is with Snag. No, it's not because you didn't fail. Never mind. So go ahead and deny fear. There's no consequence to failing. It's not guaranteed to be success, but there's no consequence to
Gotcha.
failing.
Well, I got a 4. So
Yeah, you're still freaked out.
okay.
Okay, I've had a new idea, which is that while everyone else is looking through Muffy's things in her cabin. There's a scene with just Hazel where she is going into the kitchen while everyone was discussing all the things, and she's looking around and she's grabbing the biggest, sharpest knife she can find, and carefully stowing it into her very large purse.
Excellent.
This is the scene is supposed to initiate a scene in which you demonstrate how you've learned to take care of number one and
Yes.
then take a survivor point. So this is like, I need protection. There was a man with a knife, and I guess you should at least bring a knife fight to a knife fight.
Well done. So while everyone else is dealing with that stuff, you head off to the kind of the main meeting hall room with the kitchen and stuff in it, and rummage around in the dark by yourself.
Yeah, this is safe, I
kitchen.
think. Good behavior.
For a night. Lovely. Everyone else is gathered in or just outside Muffy and Jesse's cabin. Karma, you are investigating?
I'm gonna intuit.
Ooh, yes.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm probably going through her stuff and taking stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. I got an 8. So I get 1 question.
Yes.
I think probably right now it's what is the best way to temporarily keep the killer at bay?
Yes. I will say as you're doing this as you're searching through, as TJ's looking at stuff, like looking for anything valuable or useful, you are just kind of absent-mindedly looking through her things, but mostly you're focusing on what's the way to keep ourselves safe. You happen upon a scrapbook in Muffy's possessions. And as you're thinking about what you've learned, as you're trying to tune into the whispering voices that you sometimes hear, you're absently flipping through the scrapbook. You, almost as if by itself, the book opens. There's a folded over, yellowed piece of newsprint. You open it. It is a article in the local newspaper from about 20 years ago. It is very vague. It mentions the fact that the camp that had been opened with great fanfare by the local mayor only a month previously has been closed due to unfortunate accidents. Vague mention that there may be lawsuits pending, that state police had taken over the investigation, that this reporter will be sure to keep all local residents informed as the investigation proceeds. Local Fish and Wildlife assures everyone that the lake is safe. There's no need to, but local authorities are asking that people stay away from the campgrounds while the investigation is pending. As you open this up, you see a photograph of campers with a heading, like first day of camp at the newly opened camp or whatever. And as you look through, you recognize a last name. It is Muffy's last name. There's a young man, probably about the same age as Muffy's parents. He was one of the campers the last time this camp was opened. You see a few other familiar names last names. So the sense you have is that there is a list. There is an order. And the best way to hold the killer at bay, or at least to figure out how to protect yourself, is to try to find out what the order is.
All right.
TJ, were you investigating or were you just looking for stuff?
I was just looking for stuff.
you're just grabbing
I was
stuff.
just like, I found like a cool sweatshirt, and I was gonna take her. Like, I'm just looking for things.
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't need them anymore.
I'll say you also find like it was Boone's Farm a thing back in the day. Some sort of cheap
Like
booze,
that, right.
yeah,
Nice.
that you can slip into your backpack.
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if she also just has like some general like thing of pills of some sort.
Yeah,
you know?
probably.
Something anti-anxiety, something that I could probably spin and make money off of.
Yeah, it doesn't refresh your stash, but yes, we'll say why not.
Yeah.
So, is anything else happening in the scene in the cabin?
JD's at the door, but like staring out the door, so like facing away from the ladies.
Okay. Yeah, Jesse has just pulled one of Muffy's pink sweaters out of the pile of stuff that you've taken out of her little suitcase, and he's just like hugging onto it and kind of rocking. Derek's just there kind of patting him on the back. Did you find the keys?
No,
Well, she can't have had them on her. Where's her purse?
probably were.
Is her purse in the car?
You didn't see it. The convertible top
Okay.
was open. You didn't see it.
Okay.
She
Does anyone know how to hotwire a car?
JD,
yeah.
I would like to offer you a survivor point to tempt you with the memory that when Muffy was putting on suntan lotion, you saw that she had her purse with her out in that clearing near where the woods begin. If you agree to try to make up for your failure to help the group by going out and trying to find it by yourself, I will give you a survivor point.
Okay.
Okay,
I will
well,
do.
take a survivor point.
Okay.
And you say, "Oh, I think I saw where her purse was. Hold on, I'll be back in a second." So, for the rest of you, JD leaves.
That man is a lone wolf. I would not be going out there right now.
Hazel, you're in the kitchen. We'll say you are looking through drawers to find a knife, but you hadn't gotten to the point of unpacking all the silverware and cutlery. So you go into the little, actually it's quite large, like a butler's pantry, where big stacks of cans and powdered milk and powdered eggs and various things, you know that the fresh food will be delivered at the end of the weekend. And you see a set of boxes where spoons, knives, forks, and one of them is marked like kitchen utensils. So you kind of like look around, try to find something, and you're kind of ripping at the tape, and eventually you open it up, and yes, you do. You find a big chef's knife and turn it into your purse. You step out of the pantry, and of course the door is open. And as you go to shut the door, standing there right behind the door is, and I'm going to say even as you're pulling the door closed, you look down for a second, and a little bit of moonlight coming in the kitchen window catches on the pool of water that had slowly been spread. And there is the figure. You can smell lake coming off of it. There's a cold breeze that seems to emanate from it. There's a coppery smell as well, as the hand raises and the moonlight glints on the steel of the knife. I think I need you to escape danger.
Run, run. Take that survivor point.
Is the copper because he smells like blood?
Could be. Uh-oh. It's time for me to die. I got a double ones.
No, we have a boon or something somewhere, right?
Oh,
We gotta have some kind of boon.
We've got major boons.
we
I
do-
know, but listen, guys, we gotta get this game afoot.
It's true.
I
All right.
guess we do have to start dying.
and I think honestly for this, like there's nothing that can beat a spotlight failure, right? Like you can't
Oh.
like
Yeah,
even if you
can't.
have the ability, like there are some like inspiration points can help
I
you
see.
improve the success of a thing, but like
So,
nothing, double ones is double
Nothing.
ones. It's
Yeah,
fake.
this one is fine in the way that on a miss you spend an additional survival point to get out, which I will.
Yeah. But it's a spotlight failure.
Well, I don't. It's not It's not written in the rule in the
Let me see.
spreadsheet,
let
but
me
take a
see.
look to see whenever else spotlights happen.
You are
I can't touch the
doomed.
mouse anymore.
You are on a spotlight failure. You are doomed, and all other main characters in the scene must immediately escape danger with snag. Now, there are no other characters in the scene,
Yes.
but you
So
are
you're just doomed.
on a spotlight
I'm
failure
doomed.
for escape danger. You are doomed. So tell us what happens as you start to realize, even before you fully close the door, revealing this figure that's been standing there. What happens? What does the camera see? Because we'll get your last moment in montage at the end.
Okay, so the camera sees his knife in the moonlight raised above, and Hazel screams, and there's actually a little protracted fight going on. Like there's screams, there's dodging, there's fumbling at the purse, the papers spill out onto the floor. She grabs the knife, she slashes at him, but she doesn't know how to use a knife really for this kind of thing, but she fights with a desperation until finally he stabs once. Blood curdling scream. It actually sounds super corny. I didn't get a chance to invoke the power of the Narm, but
Wait, you can do it now.
this is I don't think it helps me, but this is
doesn't
what
help you.
happens. It's an extremely corny scream, like it's like a very bad one, so it's kind of funny actually as you're watching the movie, but it's supposed to be super serious.
Yes.
And so and then there's like multiple stabbing, and then there's pool of blood, like the you see hear the body fall, and then the pool of moonlight on the floor, slowly the pool of blood starts going into it, and then there's probably one footstep of the killer as it leaves a series of footprints
Yes.
out of the kitchen.
We think for a moment that Hazel, who is an audience favorite. I mean, the actress that plays Hazel has been in a bunch of movies and people really like her. And she's a big draw for the audience. And so everyone's like, oh, she's clearly gonna be the one that lives. And
Yeah,
as,
she has so much to live for. Her little brother, her
Yes.
mom's missing. There's so much mystery involved.
so much sympathy pent up in the audience and Hazel fights, and maybe it gets slashed in the arm, and it's like, she's gonna make sure, and then she lands. She pulls over a cabinet that you had just put a bunch of pots onto the figure, and it kind of has to pause for a second to swat them away, giving Hazel just enough time to drive the chef's knife into its chest, and stands there triumphant, and then tries to pull it back for another stab, and then just gets skewered. The figure doesn't seem to respond to being stabbed in the chest at all. And then with this protracted, overly melodramatic death scene, the actress's hopes of an Oscar die along with the character.
She tried really hard in the scream. I don't know what was going on there. Overacting.
So Misha, your choice. Would you like to pick up Derek the Dweebazoid?
I'm going to take Derek, yeah.
Okay. So he doesn't have any truth, so you can just use the Dweebazoid stuff. So I'm going to say Derek is like, what was that? While everyone else is sitting in the room.
Hey, you guys hear that?
What?
There was like a clattering noise.
And like 45 seconds of protracted blood-curdling screaming.
Oh,
I thought that was like
I thought it was
scream.
in my head.
Yeah, I did too.
Oh man.
Well, we're all in here, right? There's TJ, there's Karma, there's JD, there's Claire.
JD's not here.
No,
Oh yeah,
JD
JD's
left.
gone.
Claire's
And
by the
Jesse's
fire.
here.
no, where's Hazel?
Was it a JD scream or was it a Hazel scream?
It was really long and protracted and kind of went over 3 octaves.
Yeah, that sounds like Hazel. She always does too much. All right, let's go figure it out.
What? No, TJ, where are you going?
I'm running towards the screaming.
No. Karma's running after TJ.
Okay, so you run after TJ.
Derek follows.
Okay, so Derek follows. JD is over on the other side of the property. Maybe heard a little bit of something, but is very much focused on finding the purse at the moment.
Hazel's like my little sister, so that's why I gotta run. Like,
Yeah, and you
No,
have
we
and you
can't-
have left.
there's
So you
no
have left
waiting.
Jesse alone.
he's probably fine. He's hugging a sweater.
Yes, you run past the
Hazel!
fire. Claire is not there.
Hazel!
Stop yelling, TJ, stop.
TJ is yelling, Hazel, Hazel, we're coming for you. TJ slams into the kitchen. Of course, it's very, very dark in here because electricity hasn't been turned on. You didn't think to bring a lamp. You slam into the kitchen. Your feet leave you as you hit something slick on the floor. You slide across the tile floor. You rebound off the cabinets. They probably pop open and some more stuff falls out. Because why not? I mean, there's usually like a cat jump scare. We'll say
Right.
that you see eyes in the darkness and that it's a possum or something.
Yeah.
As TJ flounders around on the floor. Derek, you have that lighter from when you were lighting the campfire.
Oh, good idea. I light the lighter for a little light in the room.
A little bit of light.
Yep.
Cool. As soon as light comes on, I need everyone who's in that scene to give me Deny Fear.
I got an 11. What do I add to that one?
Serious.
Really?
Yeah.
9.
Okay.
I got a 1. Because so it's double ones because I have a snag.
Spotlight
Oh.
failure, fan.
I got a 7.
Okay. So we have 2 partial successes, which means that TJ and Derek can act normally, but take a snag on their next action. So Karma panics and loses 2 sanity points.
Oh, uh-oh.
How many
Oh, no,
sanity
that's
points
fine.
do you have?
We're still at 2.
Okay.
I forgot we regained the one
Okay.
from earlier. So we're fine.
Yes. So, but yes, but Karma begins screaming as Derek pulls himself up. Oh, sorry, as TJ pulls themselves up out of this pool of blood and lake water. TJ is just covered and smeared in warm blood.
Ugh.
And everyone starts screaming at you, TJ. And then as you hold your hands up, you look down and you see your hands are just dripping in blood.
Little help.
Oh my god, are you okay?
What is this?
Derek.
And where is it coming from?
I assume that there's a body nearby.
There is not a body, but there is a trail
Ooh.
out the back door.
Kind of point out the trail going out the back door.
It is dragged through a pile of mimeographed sheets
Oh,
with Hazel's handwriting on it. You see a single patent leather white kitten heel with a little bow smeared in blood.
I
The heel's
probably
broken
yell
from
Hazel
earlier.
and start following the trail. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
Hazel! I start following the blood trail. Here's the problem with Stoner. I got no sense of fear right now.
Which is a real problem for Karma.
Yeah. I'm just like, I gotta do this thing now. This is what's happening.
Oh, no.
So TJ takes off following
Poor
the trail.
Karma.
Karma's trying so hard to keep TJ safe,
I
and it is
know.
not going well.
What is everyone else doing?
Screaming, running after TJ, begging TJ to not go running after the murderer.
Wait, you guys, we gotta stay together.
Okay, so the Scooby Gang follows the sticky trail of blood.
When the feet go, but you don't go anywhere. You know what I'm talking about?
Just a
Cartoons.
black streak over the dirt and grass in the moonlight. JD, I think I need you to investigate for me.
Oh dear.
That's with smart.
Yep. What is this stuff? That's a 6.
Oh. You get even more frustrated and lose another sanity point.
Oh no.
Lovely.
How many does that bring you to?
2.
Okay. See, you guys are doing fine. No one's completely lost their mind yet.
Yeah, I'm waiting for someone to lose their
Thank
mind.
goodness for drugs. Otherwise, my guy would have lost her mind. Okay.
I'm gonna say you look around for the purse, JD, and you don't find it. You do find the little blanket that Muffy was lying on, and you do find like a bottle of copper tone. So you know that you're in the right spot, but you don't find the purse. You do, however, find Claire. She steps out of the woods. And then looks at you, a little surprised.
Hey.
And says, "Oh, I thought I heard something."
Yeah, just looking for Muffy's purse. Thought I recalled it here, but can't find it.
Oh no, it definitely wasn't here.
Okay. Do you know where it is?
I don't know, maybe was it on the dock? You should go look on the dock. I think I remember that she had it with her when she was going down to the dock. I guess in all the confusion, no one noticed it.
Okay. Would you mind coming with me?
Oh, are you scared of the boogeyman?
No? Just,
Why would the
that's-
boogeyman want you?
I guess they wouldn't.
Exactly. There's nothing to be afraid of. I'll go with you to the dock. And she just heads off.
Okay.
So, I'm going to say TJ, Derek, and Karma follow the trail to the woods. It has started to get a little bit more faint and harder to track as you moved out of the freshly mown area into the tall weeds near the edge of the forest. But the trail is also partly like a compressed path where something reasonably heavy was dragged into the woods.
I'm probably just kind of running back and forth. Like, Hazel! Hazel! Like looking where the trail ends, trying to look around.
You can tell by the kind of disruption of the fallen leaves and branches as you step into the edge of the forest that the trail continues forward.
I mean, I'm probably going to keep going, I feel like.
I think I'm gonna kind of do two things. I'm gonna use Voices from Beyond and spend a sanity point to ask what here is hidden from me. And then that's going to trigger a scene with... Oh, wait, never mind. That's survivor points, not sanity. Just kidding.
You can totally do it.
I mean, it's triggering a scene with TJ. It's supposed to be when I reach one survivor point.
Oh, okay.
And, yeah.
So, but you are going to do Voices from Beyond?
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, I think I don't have to... I don't think it's a roll or anything.
You have to spend the sanity point.
Yeah, I did. We're at 1.
Yeah.
So Karma's doing great.
And what is your question?
I think it's just the what here is hidden from me.
Oh, that's right. It's only the one.
Yeah.
What here is hidden from you? Oh. What here is hidden from you is a turncoat. You know that this killer is real. But someone knows a lot more than they've said.
Dude, it's that girl Claire.
And is working with the killer.
Yeah,
I will say you know that to be a fact, but you don't know who it is. And as you're running very low on sanity, I'm going to say that that's a moment of like, wait, is TJ leading us out here to be gotten by the killer?
Oh god, I'm warring with my truth
Derek,
and my sanity.
Derek seems like such a good guy. He's the quiet type. No one would ever expect him. Maybe Jesse, it was faking all along. Where is JD? Where did he run off to? Why has Claire just been dismissing this entire thing? Like you're suddenly very aware that you have a whole bunch of suspects
Muffy's actually alive and stabbing us all in the back
or
again.
Muffy set the whole thing up. That's another perfectly reasonable paranoid thought to have.
Yeah. I'm gonna like grab TJ by the arm. Because, I mean, like, for a second, I'm like, maybe it's TJ, but I'm like, no, I have to keep TJ safe. It's not TJ. Why would I think it was TJ? And I just kind of pull her in, and I'm like, but somebody is working against us to cause problems. We need to stick together and not go running off into the woods after dead bodies. We are like gesturing to us.
You think she's dead?
Did you see how much blood she's dead? Okay, she's dead. There's so much blood. There's no way that she's alive. We've been walking for like a long time and there's still blood.
That's going to take a persuade.
Okay.
It was in the box.
Because I'm so good at social.
And Derek, I think Derek's a smart guy. Why don't you give me an investigate?
Okay.
I got 7. Investigate.
Okay.
Okay, so on the dice, I rolled a 10, -2 is an 8. I'm going to spend a survivor point to push that. Does that push that to the next level of success? Is that what that does?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so it's a full success.
Okay.
Well, actually, it'll be... So insight points, do I just hold on to those, or do I have to use them in the scene that I get them?
No, you can bank them. So you spend an insight point.
Yeah, I'll do that.
So you leverage your insight from your kind of occultish intuitions about the killer to make your argument to TJ very persuasive. I
think I even admit, like, I've been seeing visions of this guy all day. Like, it's gonna sound crazy, but I know it was him that dragged Muffy away.
I know all about microdosing and stuff, so like I like believe in visions and like I'm in it. I'm like, yeah, man. Oh man, yeah, it feels bad, man.
And what you want is for TJ to give up the hunt for Hazel, and that is not something that is obviously dangerous or harmful. So TJ will comply. Well, hold on. This was says. TJ will gain a survivor point if TJ agrees, because you are a main cast character. So are you gonna?
Yeah,
this is a decision for TJ.
If I get a survival point.
Okay.
I'll take one of those.
If that's what you think your character would do.
Well,
it is the smart thing to do. How about this? I
think if you bring up to me that like you've been having visions, like I could get into that. I could see that being like convincing. And if you also like even just like being like, dude, look at how much blood there is. Like,
yeah, like
it's starting to set in that you're probably right, and we should probably need to take care of ourselves right now. Like,
I would like to tempt TJ.
Uh-oh.
That if you shrug off Karma's very persuasive argument in that moment of looking for your friend and go deeper into the woods, you will get a survivor point either way. At the same time as this is occurring, Derek says, I think I see her.
Oh no.
Oh no.
All right. I'm probably gonna keep going then at that point.
That was the partial success on Derek's part.
I think I see her. All right,
I see her just down the way.
I'm in it. Hazel. Start running again.
So take your survivor point for being tempted to do something interesting.
Okay.
And yes, you do. You see Hazel. She's standing with her back to a tree.
Oh.
Okay. Hazel, are you okay?
She's facing the other way. Derek, your partial success was that you failed to notice a particular detail. So as TJ, Karma, and Daryl run up, see Hazel resting against a tree and run around her to find out if she's okay, she is pinned to the tree with a knife. So I need everyone to resist fear, please.
Dang
Deny fear. And I think at least one of you has a snag on that. And Karma, that counts you too. Yes, from Boyo. TJ's
I
like,
got a
are you
7.
okay? Shaking her. Okay. So Hazel can act normally, but takes a snag on your next action. Karma, what'd you get on Deny Fear?
Oh. Bad. That's a 2.
Oh,
Is this the start of a new scene?
no.
But like just a 2 on the normal die,
Oh.
because I only have 1. Because I had the snag on.
Oh, got
Deny
it.
Fear.
Got it.
Yeah, so not double ones.
Okay. That's fine. You lose a sanity point.
Oh, I'm at no sanity, so.
Cool. We'll deal with that in a second.
Can I use an insight point to push it?
Yeah.
Okay.
As long
I'm
as
not going to.
It's,
But I just wanted
it's
to...
one of the advantages of having an extra pool.
Okay. Yeah, I might do that then and not.
All right, I'm denying fear.
Yeah.
I rolled an 11.
Well
What do I have to
done.
do that with?
That is with Sirius.
Okay, so a 9.
Okay, still a full success. No, that's a partial.
Partial.
So snag on your next action, snag on your next action for Derek and Karma. Are you spending your insight point to kick it up?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's also a partial success. So snag on your next action. Yes, she's quite dead. JD.
So is Karma at 0 sanity points?
No, she spent an insight point to kick up that one.
Just curious.
So Claire is with you and says, "Oh, it's probably out there on the. I can't quite see it. It's probably out there on the edge of the pier, or maybe it got knocked off in all the ruckus."
Ah, yes, that
Here,
makes...
I'll look at this end. You look at that end.
Okay. Go at the end.
Cool. Why don't you investigate for me?
Okay. It's from smarts, right? The 5.
Oh, well, that's not great.
That's not great.
So lose another sanity point.
Okay.
As you look around and you're like, it's not here, and then you're kind of peering over the edge, hoping that like if her purse got knocked over, it would be floating somewhere. So you're kind of, peering out into the black water, hoping to see a little flash of white or something to point you to where the purse might be. You look over your shoulder at Claire and say, I don't see it. And she's like, well, keep looking. She's just kind of standing there at the base of the pier. And then you do see something in the water as it launches itself out towards you, knife held above its head in stabbing position. So I need you to deny fear.
That's a no. Do I get a snag from the beginning thing?
I think so.
Okay. So it's just 1 die?
Yeah.
Oh, great. It's gonna be lovely. What is deny fear?
It's serious.
It's a 4.
Oh. Well, you lose a sanity point. What is your current sanity score?
So I have a question. Table talk
Yes.
wise. For the innocent spotlight moves, the beacon of hope is available after the first main cast or supporting cast death.
Yes.
But the trigger is the first survivor reaches 0 sanity points.
It should
So
say
does
that the
that
first survivor
include...
other than you, because you can't very well give a rousing speech to yourself as you're about to be stabbed in the face.
I see. I see.
That's a good refinement or clarification for the V2 rules.
So I'm at 0 sanity
Yes.
points.
So you are so you were frustrated, confused, and maybe now feeling a little betrayed as the killer launches itself at you. I am going to say you do have a thing you could do.
There's
You have
the...
one thing you could do. I'll be nice and say you are facing certain death.
You can use the better to die than be killed. Bad news.
That is the
Move.
one thing you can do. So as you completely freak out, instead of trying to run, instead of trying to dodge, what do you do?
I swear and say F no and stand toe to toe to grab the knife and stab myself.
Oh,
Fall into the water.
well, we'll say a slight modification. We'll say that instead of stepping back, you step in. And as the killing blow comes down, you're able to reach up and grab it. And you're just screaming defiance in the face of this creature. You are the first to get a really good look at its face. It has the remains of a mask of sorts over part of its face, but part of it has rotted away or broken away. You see deformed, partially rotted lips. You can see the teeth, the yellow broken teeth through where the lips have fallen away. You smell this fetid odor of death that washes out of it as it grunts in surprise as you launch a full offensive. It does get a shot at you, but you're able to redirect it towards your shoulder. And as it begins to try to yank the knife out to get a better angle, the killing blow, you just use your own weight to pull it into the water with you. The camera pulls back as there's a huge splash as both of you go falling into the drink. Claire, at the base of the pier, opens her little notebook and writes something in it and closes it and walks away. Guys, where is everybody? Sin, for now, I think you should be Jesse, who is coming a little bit out of his Valium-induced haze, sitting in the cabin that he was sharing with Muffy.
Sounds good.
So you'll just want to look at the jock trope for all of his stats and moves. So what's happening?
Well, we just found dead Hazel,
Yes.
right? Okay. So I'm gonna turn to Karma, and I'm gonna be like, we have to get out of here.
What I've been saying this whole time, and you decided to run after. Oh my god!
Listen, because I thought she was alive. She's my friend, okay?
there was
She's
so
my
much
friend.
TJ.
She's my friend, and also, I never got to tell her the truth. I'm sad.
Yeah, hold that over. It's it's fine. We'll go back. We'll break into her locker, take it out before they can find it. When because she's dead, and it'll be fine.
How-
She won't have to live
How
with
do
that.
you know?
You're not very secretive, TJ. I saw
Oh,
you.
dang, dude. Well, I appreciate you not snitching on me.
I would never snitch on you.
Thanks.
But look,
We gotta
just,
get out of here.
no, TJ, listen to me. And I look at Derek really suspiciously, and then pull TJ away a little bit. I'm like, somebody here. Look, I told you I saw the visions, right? Because that's
Right,
how
right, yeah.
Hazel was probably dead because there was a killer.
Oh,
And
yeah, you were right.
They told me that somebody here is gonna betray us. So you and me,
Okay.
we need to figure a way out of here and let everybody else figure stuff out for
It's
themselves.
not us, though, right?
No, it's not
Okay.
us.
Because we would know, wouldn't we?
What
yeah.
are we all whispering
Okay.
about?
Go away,
Oh my
Derek.
God! What up, Derek? My man.
Look, Derek.
Oh, sorry.
JD went to the beach to go look for the purse for the car keys. You should maybe go help him with that because he's not very good at finding things. We sent him to find the keys last time and he found underwear.
It's true.
Well,
That
shouldn't
did
we
happen.
all go together?
No, me and
no.
TJ, we're gonna go check on Jesse.
We have to go get Jesse.
Oh, Jesse,
remember he
right.
broke
Well, we could
Burns?
go
Yeah.
get Jesse and then get JD.
But JD's all alone, so he shouldn't be alone.
Yeah, you
know,
shouldn't
with
leave
somebody
All
Jesse
dead.
right.
alone.
Well, I'll hurry over to the docks. I think this is the right action. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right.
Do that. Kiddo.
So we split the party yet again.
Yet again.
Derek,
we're all-
you on your way towards the pier, you run into Claire. Hey Derek, where is everybody?
I was just on my way to find JD. Did you find him over by the docks?
Oh, he got in a canoe and rowed away. He was saying something about how we're all doomed to die, and it wasn't going to be him. He's better off by himself.
That's weird. Can I is there a way to investigate? I'm like, well, do I know more where does this lake go? This is just a local lake or something, right?
Yeah, I mean, that is part of investigate is trying to recall useful
Okay.
information that might be in your
Yeah.
head. Yeah.
I would like to do that.
Yeah, where's he gonna go?
Where is he going to go? Well, I'll never know. I got a 6.
Yeah.
Oh no.
No. And what is a partial on investigate? You find something useful. So you know that there is an island in the middle of the lake. You weren't really paying attention when you were at the lake previously because you were busy having nearly being garroted by the rope and worrying about trying to keep Muffy from being dragged off to her death. But you remember as you were setting up about the various different facilities and the plans for the campers that there is an island. And in fact, that part of the plan was to have a canoe race out to the island and back.
Oh, right. So he probably went to the island then.
He did say
Makes
something
sense.
about being all by himself. That makes sense to me, says Claire.
That's unsafe. Maybe we'll all get in a canoe later and go find him. But for now, Claire, let's go. The TJ and Karma went to find Jesse because he's been by himself this whole time,
All right.
freaking out probably. We should really stick together. I think there's safety in numbers.
I think keeping all of us in one place is probably a good idea.
Yeah, let's go.
Cool. So Derek and Claire and Karma and TJ converge on Buffy and Jesse's cabin, just as Jesse kind of probably still holding that fuzzy pink sweater steps out. What happens?
Hey, can you fix Meg's camera?
Oh, is that?
She had to drop a new link.
Oh, okay. Yes, I'll fix that.
Okay. Hey guys. So apparently JD took a canoe to the island or something to like escape the murders. Yeah, so well, I mean that's what Claire said, right, Claire?
Yeah.
Claire agrees.
Yeah.
What?
Wow.
He said
man.
something
Why
about
would he
being
do
safer
that?
by
Jerk.
himself and then how he couldn't trust anyone. And
I mean, I don't know, man. Doesn't feel right.
well, he has been
was kind
been
of a
heading
lone
off by
wolf.
himself a lot.
Yeah, he really has. But see, I don't know. I'd like to locate him if we can, either way, because I don't know. I don't feel good about just not knowing where he is.
Well, Derek remembered that there was an island in the middle of the lake. And we thought maybe he
We
had
could all
gone
go
there.
there.
Now you feel bad about someone not being with us? What about Muffy?
Oh my God, Jesse, listen, she would have dragged you down with her. And we're not just talking metaphorically, my friend, okay? I'm telling you, we did what we could in that situation. You need to buck up and we need to figure this out because we got to get out of here, man. They're trying to kill us. They killed Hazel.
And they probably killed Muffy too, Jesse, so how about you switch your anger and point it towards the right person instead of getting mad at people that are trying to help you?
Word up top.
I think someone needs to provoke or confront. This could be a confront. Either way, it's still an influence role, but you decide if you're trying to provoke him to take action or confront him on his BS. His BS of being sad that his girlfriend died.
I mean, yeah, get over it. It happened so long ago.
Yeah, go TJ. Yeah, it was a whole hour ago. Get over it.
And again, one
um,
person can take point and someone else can assist or hinder.
I can assist because I'm bad at this.
What is this role again?
Social.
Social.
Everything social. Okay.
Unless you have a move that modifies it.
Okay.
Oh, hang on, because I gotta do the help.
Yeah, do the help
Oh,
first
you
because
do the
that can
help
change the
first.
number
Okay.
of die you roll.
Yeah. So that's a 7. Partial success. So you get edge.
Yeah, you could edge.
So that's 3. Take the top 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so that's 8 with 9. So partial success?
Yep.
On the high end though, I'm just saying. The high end of partial.
I'm just saying we got boons and banes we haven't used.
It's true. If you would like to, I'm going to say re-roll is minor in this one and kick it up a success is a major because that actually is a more reliable positive
Yeah,
effect.
I would say I'm going to take a major and just kick it up to 10 or whatever.
Okay. So it's a full success. So it is not, well, it is something in theory that is dangerous to him, but I don't think that he necessarily has absorbed that. So he will agree.
No, yeah.
He will agree to follow your lead.
Okay.
So are you all hopping in?
We're going to the island, huh?
You're all hopping in a couple of canoes.
Yikes.
yeah.
I'm jumping
well-
in Karma's because she had some beastie rose back in the day.
I'm gonna let Hazel. Yeah, I'm gonna put Hazel and Claire in one, and me and TJ in the other, and then just like, I'm gonna help launch Hazel and Claire's first.
Derek.
Sorry,
Derek.
Derek and Claire's. Sorry, Hazel's dead. That's
Yeah,
right.
don't
worry. and
I'm
launch
with
them
that.
out, and I'm gonna like kind of look at TJ and kind of like wink. Oh, also, Jesse should be in that one too.
Okay.
It's easier for me to row with just me and TJ because TJ's not very good at it. So
Cool. So whoever is rowing, I need you both to act with skill.
I'm gonna stay behind with TJ.
Oh, you're not going?
Oh, I see. We'll notice at some point, though.
It's fine. Just go. I'm gonna just go. We'll catch up. Our canoe has a
Are
hole
we
in
not
it.
going? What's happening?
Ignore this. I'm fixing the thing.
Ah,
No, Karma's still paranoid that somebody
We are all
among
nagging.
those guys are all bad.
Oh.
So I'm trying
Oh,
to
yeah,
to
that's
keep
right. We're
you
sus.
alive.
God.
Yeah, because I'm
It's a
sus
good
of
thing you're
everybody
here,
right now.
Caramel.
mhm.
So yeah, I'm trying to get
Oh, I
them to
see.
launch off first, and then we stay and run.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for reminding me. I forgot that was what was happening.
All right, so I'd probably make Jesse row, because Derek is a scrawny nerd. Not the scrawniest, actually. He is +0, but I assume Jesse's powerful.
Jesse, yeah.
Yeah.
So act with skill with strength, Jesse.
Okay.
And then-
That's an 8.
Oh, okay. Well, it's not awesome. I think it's probably the after effects of the Valium that TJ dosed you with that is preventing you from being able to actually, really demonstrate your athletic prowess. But that is still a partial success. There is a complication. The complication is that you get about halfway to the island and drop the oar. It doesn't prevent you from going farther. It means that you're going to have to paddle with your hands.
I hate it.
What are Karma and TJ doing?
I guess we're just watching them go.
I think I'm like I think we should just book. I can see if I can hotwire Muffy's car, and maybe we can just.
Yeah.
Book it.
No. Yeah, because I was watching a show where they were hot wiring cars.
Great.
I might be able
then-
to help you. I don't know.
Yeah, great.
All right.
We're gonna go
Yeah,
try to
just like
hotwire
the
Muffy's
steering.
car.
Column and then
Hey guys, we're getting the what? Why aren't you following? We're supposed to stay together.
we'll be right back. We gotta hotwire the car.
Wait, if you're hotwiring the car, shouldn't we all go do that?
Yeah,
It won't
we'll
fit
come
all
back
of us.
for
It's
you.
a safety hazard.
She's got a tiny car, and I'm only on a permit.
It fit like 4 people. We can squeeze in a car. It's fine.
So as
Run away.
Jesse is using his hands to paddle towards the island, Derek is trying to like back paddle towards the shore. There's a little bit of
Yeah.
a struggle going on, but the good news is it's night and it's far enough out there that from TJ and Karma's perspective, it's just just moving dark shapes against dark water. So TJ and Karma are going to try. So yeah, you fiddle around at the front of Muffy's convertible BMW, pop open the hood, and so Karma is going to attempt to hotwire, which is going to be act with skill with serious, I think. And TJ, you're going to need to make the same roll. Only this time it's going to be an assist,
Okay.
and make the assist first.
That's a 10 minus 2, 8.
All right.
So, I
You
get
gain
edge.
edge there, Karma.
Sweet.
I got double 6s.
Ooh, a spotlight success.
Ooh.
Well done. So as all this is happening, the camera focuses directly in on Karma. Let's see. First of all, which do you choose? Do you gain a survivor point? Do all other main characters in the scene, which basically is TJ, gain a survivor point? Or a sanity point, sorry. Or do you increase your serious by 1?
I'll increase my serious by 1.
Okay. Because denying fear is something you might need to do again. Cool.
I'm so good at that.
Well done. So you succeed in a way that meaningfully alters the narrative. It opens up a way of escaping or surviving that wasn't possible before. Derek and Jesse. As you two struggle and kind of are fighting back and forth about which direction to go, Claire is sitting in the middle of the canoe, and you just see her start to rock side to side, back and forth, applying her weight. You both start to lose your balance as you're both kind of leaned over trying to row one way or the other. I need both of you to act with skill with Swift. That's Jesse and Derek.
Caramel, I think we should just get out of here.
I got 5.
I think we should too.
Okay. What did Jesse get?
Jesse got a 7.
Oh, okay. Well, the good news is, well, first of all, Derek goes overboard.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Don't rock the boat!
Jesse manages to hang on. But there's a complication. A gloved hand shoots out of the water and grabs your forearm and begins pulling.
Oh, hell no.
Cutting the scene back over to TJ and Karma. What are you doing?
Did the car start?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you successfully hotwired it.
Listen, Caramel, listen to me, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I think we don't
put
know
the
which
car in
one of
drive
them
and
is a
floor it.
bad guy.
I think we should.
I think we just need to go.
It just takes off.
It's two. Yeah. You get 3 words out.
I think we just need a room.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say.
All right. Karma accelerates. I mean, just kicks gravel up. You can hear it plinking against the cabins. You probably hear one of the windows in one of the small cabins break from the gravel that the tires are kicking up. You fishtail out and then accelerate wildly. TJ probably has enough presence of mind to tell you to like watch out for the area where that. Although the
Right.
the chain had been yanked back into the woods, you're still just in
Right.
case, right? You're keeping an eye out. Karma, as you flip on the lights, you see that the gates have been closed and rechained. What do you do?
This is like an old school convertible, right? Like it's
Yeah.
like a solid body.
We're gonna floor it.
All
See
right.
if we can smash through.
Cool. I think it is act with skill with Swift.
If I don't have a seatbelt on, I'm throwing one on.
Okay, I need you to act with skill with Swift too to see if you can.
If I can get my seatbelt
order
on.
of operations.
Because you
which
know I
happens
haven't
first.
put it on yet.
Yeah, no. It's the 80s. No one wears seatbelts.
I got a 10 with Swift, you said?
Yeah.
That's still a 10.
Excellent.
I got a dirty 12. 11 plus 1.
Excellent. Yes. So as Derek, as you're fighting up to the surface and you hear Jesse, it's got me. You hear the peeling of tires and then the roar of an engine. And then as you're trying to make your way back to the canoe to pull yourself in, you hear this almighty crash. But then faintly the sound of an engine revving and continuing to move away. Jesse, you are pulled over. There's no more screaming. The only sound, Derek, is you coughing and spluttering. What do you do?
Jesse? Claire? Where are you guys? I can't swim very good.
I'm right here, Derek. Here.
Oh, thank goodness. Here, give me a hand.
Here, take the oar. She takes an oar and pushes it on your chest. You grab a hold of it, and she just begins pushing you away. Now, you're kind of like an anchor with all of your sodden clothing, so she's mostly pushing herself in the canoe away. She gets a good distance.
Wait, we still had an oar?
Yeah, she was sitting on one.
Why didn't you hear? No, hold on. You need to. I start pulling on it till you're like, no, come,
and she
come this way.
pushes and lets go, and you see her slowly floating away, just watching you. And then you feel the hands close around your ankles and pull. The last thing you probably see is the floating body of Jesse with his head kind of turned at an uncomfortable angle as you're dragged down into the depths. Karma and TJ, can you deny fear for me?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
We're so close. Come on now.
Well,
Deny fear is this the beginning of a new scene?
It's no.
Okay, it's okay.
okay. So,
I got
I
a
rolled a-
9 minus 2, which is a 7.
Okay.
sweet. I rolled a 2. I'm going to take a survivor point to bump that up to a partial success.
Okay. Cool. So you both lose a sanity point. Now, what
Wait.
does that do
The-
for you, Karma?
Partial still is sanity?
Oh no, that's right. It's just a snag. It's just a snag on your next action.
I was like, I should have
'cause
been
you
at
only
0
have
a
one
minute
left,
ago.
right? Yeah.
You're right. You're right. I mean, I only wrote the rules, but I don't remember them all. So yes, partial success. You act normally, but take snag on your next action. So that's both of you. So as you're careening around, one of the headlights has been shattered. You even hear a little bit of a squealing sound as part of the fender has been bent into the tire, but you're not swinging for anything. Suddenly, out of nowhere, is a looming figure in the road as the single headlight illuminates the old man that tried to warn you. He looks shocked and surprised. Karma,
Yeah.
I need you to act with skill with Swift to avoid hitting him.
Oh, this is... That's a 1. So double
A
ones.
1 on the die. It's a spotlight failure.
Yep.
Awesome.
We
Okay.
were so close, DJ. I'm sorry.
All
We
right.
almost made it.
We were right there.
So spotlight.
I mean, I say we just take him out and keep driving. You know what I mean?
I feel like we're
I
all
am
getting
I am going to use my option to deduct a sanity point from all main characters in the scene,
Yay, 0 sanity.
I only have 1.
which triggers Karma
Mm-hmm.
to absolutely lose her mind
Yep.
Cool. Glad that she decided to drive.
and become a supporting character under my control. And yes, in fact, Karma, you're at the point where you don't know, someone, maybe everyone, is conspiring. So as he tries to dodge out of the way, you swerve into him. He flies up the hood. His head and shoulders burst through the window right in front of TJ. And he begins screaming and
Ooh, the
struggling.
man or me?
The old man. And then, of course, TJ, too, because he's sitting there, his life's blood pouring out on your lap from all the gashes from the broken window as he spasms and thrives and writhes. And
Can I use my feet to try to push him back through?
and as TJ is like struggling in the seatbelt to try to push him out through, and we just see Karma with this look, this intense look on her face, just reach down and slam it into fifth and blaze off. The camera pulls back, and then we see something fall off the side of the car and roll into a ditch. A dog comes out of the woods and goes over and sniffs it and starts whining as the tail lights of Muffy's now very beat up convertible disappear into the darkness. So that means
We survived, but at what cost?
well, it
I'm
means
sorry, PJ.
it means that in the sequel there are 3 potential final girls, maybe, depending upon the choices that are made as part of the closing montage. So, for those who, well, let's start with Hazel, since Misha died twice. So let's have that closing montage as
Rip
the
Derek.
credits begin to roll. What is Hazel's final montage?
Let's see. So there is a scene at a house where some police officers are talking to a younger teen, maybe 13, maybe 14, well in the range of being in the next sequel if they hurry up on the timeline for shooting. And they're talking with him, and then they show, like, you know, there's a sad funeral with basically just him. You know, it's probably raining. There's like no one there. A series of like people arguing over paperwork. Montage of going from like foster home to foster home, and then like you see he has like a wall put up with like a bunch of like articles, info, photos, lines across them, and so on.
And those are, as we zoom in on the articles, they are a varying age, and it's revealed that there is a cycle more than just the past 20 years. And we see Hazel's brother vow to find out what happened to his sister. Excellent. How about you, Sin? What is your... I mean, Jesse's part in the final montage is got his neck broke and he's now floating in the lake. But what is TJ's, JD's, so many initials? What is JD's part in the final montage?
So for what the audience knows is that JD is quote unquote dead or died.
Well, we don't know for sure. So this is the choice that you can make, I believe. Yes.
Yes.
So it is your choice whether you... There's a couple of things, one in a trope and one in a truth, that lets you decide whether you would like for TJ to, like, the final scene is TJ pulling themselves out of the lake, badly wounded, with their survival uncertain, or whether you want to talk about how they went down.
So JD would pull themselves out of the lake. Okay. Bleeding shoulder area thing. Just walking out awkwardly. Even though it's dark and whatnot, probably finds the old man's dog, becomes best friends, and then becomes the old man in the future.
So effectively, as the innocent truth, you embraced your innocence, and you are going to warn off the next round of campers.
Yes.
Well done. Well done. TJ.
Well, since I survived ish, right?
Yeah,
Probably.
yeah.
I like my truth or whatever, my guilt.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm going to describe how my character's harrowing experience has redeemed them. Oh, well, I think that what ends up happening is um I get out of there and I decide to honor Hazel's memory and I go to the school with Karma and we get the drugs out of her locker before someone finds them. Um and uh and I like flush everything. Uh and I'm not gonna sell drugs anymore. I'm just gonna I mean, I'm probably still gonna do drugs, but I'm not gonna sell them anymore because Hazel never liked that. And so, yeah, it's kind of a redemption in that way. Like, my character is not gonna just stop like smoking weed, but I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop using it as income and doing the things that I know Hazel really didn't like.
Well done. And Karma, I'm going to say that your part in the montage is probably you in a padded cell. Probably.
I think I'm just maybe, I seem normal again, but I might have a slightly unhealthy obsession with TJ. I think we are going to be best friends forever, whether TJ likes it or not.
Yes.
Because mine is described
Single
as
female.
that I either deepen the bond or discharge my duty to protect them, and I think that bond has definitely deepened to an unhealthy degree.
Yeah.
Well, and Karma, you are certain that the horror is not ended. You know
Not to put
there
that
is
PJ
still a
again.
list, and not every name has been marked off. You don't have Muffy's scrapbook, but you remember enough to know that you're going to have to be on your guard. So I will say that the final piece in the montage is Claire, who, had she been a main character, would have been a pawn. We see the canoe come back to the pier. We see her climb out, reach into her pocket, pull out a small knife, and start to carve the crossbar to mark 20. And then a wet, gloved hand reaches out and grabs hers and stops her, because the task is not complete. And then we fade to black. So, well done. 3 of you actually
Nice.
survived.
Wow, good job, us.
I mean, yeah,
Did a great
tough
job,
to have
everybody.
sanity left, but I did get out of there.
It's fine. I lived. I get 1 sanity point back.
Yes, you
Nice.
do.
How quickly
Yeah,
that disappears, though.
exactly.
Hey, yeah, when you're hitting old men and
Well, yeah, and then there's the whole like vehicular manslaughter charges, and who knows what happens. But
yeah,
there is always a sequel, and even when there isn't a sequel, at some point someone's going to reboot the franchise.
right.
So a sequel would probably involve one of the 3 characters being a final girl. There can only be one final girl in every episode, obviously, but someone now is eligible to be a final girl. The final girl is very interesting in that the final girl is guaranteed to survive, but her presence is extremely likely to result in everyone else dying. So
Karma's gonna make sure it's TJ.
so take that choice wisely.
Hilarious.
But well done. I think we only found a couple of things that need to be clarified and or streamlined. And I think next time we would do the relationship stuff in advance, just to kind of get that figured out very quickly.
Right.
So the game is designed to run about a little bit longer than like a long horror movie. But this is the first time anyone played through, and we did a lot, spent more time establishing relationships and finalizing characters than normal. But yeah, this is what Survive is. It is very much designed to tell this kind of story. We have 7 or 8 themes identified, some of which are more cabin in the woods, some of which are more like creature feature kind of stuff, as opposed to unstoppable, potentially undead murderer. So all those kind of paradigms of good old classic horror are there. So awesome. Well done, everyone. Only had 1 insanity and a few deaths. This was a success. Next time we'll start with 3 survivor points, insanity points, because this was about as nice as it gets with the one of each part. So yeah, awesome. Hey, we should go around and introduce ourselves and let people know where they can find you next. This time we'll start with Tough.
Hi, I'm 98 Tough Love, Tough Torf within some of the variety of nickname. I have been Karma, and you can usually find me here playing games like the Cowboys and Cthulhu's, Teen Justice Academy, all that sort of good stuff. Or you can see me hanging out over at Juice's channel, and sometimes I stream. Sometimes. Go Sid.
Hi, I'm Sin or Sinful __ potato here on Twitch and a few other social media sites. Due to some fun things, I will be streaming on Twitch more often. So probably tomorrow, probably Tuesday, uncertain about Wednesday, probably Thursday, and probably Friday. And then it continues from the next week and the next week and so forth. So yeah. You can usually find me on here playing fun little games. Like Teen Justice. No, it's Teen Magic Academy. TMA, not TJA. It's fine. Acronyms are fine. Or setting things on fire in the woodlands when the traveling band, just maybe tormenting people in games that I will eventually run, that's fine. Or you can find me hanging out in Juice's channel or sleeping there, because apparently that's all I do. Yeah. Cool, Misha.
Okay. I'm Misha or Misha _3 here on Twitch. Not that I stream. You can usually find me on the Juices TV program or here. I'm hoping to get the Burial Grounds game set up for later this month. But if you ever want to join especially one of these one-off games, and you have notice you have some free time, you can probably just holler one of the channels in the Discord and then see if anyone else would like to play. We do like doing RPGs a lot. Normal schedules. All right, Meg.
I am Megan Amel. You can find me on Twitch every Saturday, Saturday. I usually stream from 12 to 4 or 5, sometimes 6, I don't know, on the Central Time. And also I am here sometimes, not very often, probably should be here more, but yeah, you should join the Discord and find and play games with these fine people and sometimes me. And that's it.
Awesome. And I am Zero Delight. You can obviously catch me here. As Misha mentioned, if you head over to the Discord, which the link was just dropped in chat, or community.c+content.tv, you can find some public channels for Survive. as well as we have a Call of Cthulhu drop-in, drop-out game that we haven't quite inaugurated yet, but it's ready. And then we also have a zombie apocalypse game. These are games that are designed to kind of have a rotating cast of characters and just, pick up and play with, 3 or 4 folks when people are available. That is in addition to our kind of standard, usually 3-episode arc games and some of the long running games, some of the names of which have been mentioned. But yeah, head on over, hang out with us. Head on over to cpluscontent.tv, which is our YouTube channel, to catch up on all of the spooky stuff that we've done in the past and all the sci-fi stuff we've done and the fantasy stuff we've done. And there's a wide variety. We play TTRPGs, basically almost everything but D&D. There's a little bit of D&D, but it's mostly stuff that isn't. And I can't stop writing TTRPGs. So this is an example. There are others that are out there, and I just wrote one last weekend based on the movie Cemetery Man. So expect to see more one-shots and play tests of weird little quirky systems like this one. Cool. And we should definitely go say hi to some other folks. But before we read out, we should say goodbye to our friends on the YouTube. So bye everyone on YouTube. See you again soon.